Maybe we should have some dice.
Oh.
That sounds like a good
Did you need my computer?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Introduction, Jody.
Introduction. Hi to those of you who are not watching.
No.
I can't even tell if anybody is watching.
Huh?
So. What?
No, I was just gonna say, if you want to stream as if 1,000 people are always watching.
Yeah, well.
There you go.
There is that. That is true. Could be done.
Well,
I
1,000
have
people
no-
would have been invited.
1,000. Oh, great. I have no introduction. I guess I could just say, this is Dungeons and Dad Jokes. And I'm sure you will hear one. So,
Or multiple.
or multiple.
How about
Or a
what
lot.
happened last week?
You could do
All right,
a recap.
last week. Yep, last week. You know what? I'll just read you the town crier. Because
People
that's
did
what it's
stuff.
there for. Because
That's
people
the
did
easy way.
stuff. All right.
We did things. We killed things.
Last week, the party briefly attempted to get some answers from the man that was in the laboratory. As they were talking, the portal began to activate. Not feeling satisfied, Seeker, with some of the help of Evangeline, found a lever that would shut down the portal at a minimum. With the goal of stopping these random portals from taking others' property, the lever was pulled. The black ichor began to ooze out from around the central cylinder, creating sparks when it hit the control panel. Knowing how the ichors responded to fire previously, the group decided to head out of the room quickly. As they were heading out of the sewers, they heard 3 explosions, the last of which caused the sewers to lose integrity. Once the party was out of the city, they saw and heard a portion of the city collapse and catch fire. Once the fire began to subside, they returned to the city and aided them in restoring their shops and locate the dead. After a time, they left the city behind them, passing through the gate, setting it aflame as well, and returned to the path they had come. In the foothills, Fix was visited with a dream, waking up with a holy symbol of Gond in his hand. The group passed back through Bruges, letting them know the destruction of the portal machine, and went on to Thrace. They returned to Counselor Rashik, who paid the rest of the promised reward to completing this task. He advised them to stick around for a while and paid for their rooms for the evening. Having returned midday, they took on a job for a local shepherd to remove some wolves. The party quickly dispatched the wolves and returned for an evening of rest at the inn. And yes, Seeker, you got 2 good pelts.
Pelts. Thank you.
They were all startled awake when they found themselves not where they went to sleep. After a moment to process, they found themselves in a large arena encircled by a 15-foot wall. One, rather majestic in appearance, stood with a commanding presence. He looked upon the party critically, then addressed those present in the stands. You've got to be kidding me. Looking around the arena, you will not be able to make out any faces. They're all kind of just blurred. They all seem to blur from your vision. Kadeth, out of the corner of your eyes, you swear that you saw the black cloak and the porcelain face of what you have seen depicted as the Raven Queen pass between others in the crowd. On a second glance, you can't find her. Seeker, much the same, you catch a glimpse of a tall, dark-tanned face with black hair. Kalimvor, you ask yourself, and then he's gone. You don't know where he went. Fix, you also catch a look at the ivory mask as it disappears behind others. The ivory mask from the laboratory and your dream. The one seemingly in charge stands, looking at the others to his left and to his right, exclaiming, "You've got to be kidding me." A beautiful, fair-skinned woman steps forward. Her long black hair swirls around as if it's picked up by a breeze. She says, "Let them be tested. At the very least, it will be entertaining."
Who?
Is
Secret
this
did
gonna-
say that.
Is this going to be a multiple choice test or essay? I mean, I'm not that good at essay tests. I can do multiple choice.
Better
I'm
an essay.
I'm gonna look up Adam and just say, what kind of test is this?
Student roulette.
Are we talking Hunger Games?
There can be only one. The one in charge kind of looks at her, hearing you guys kind of making comment, will look back at you and say, very well. The pedestal in the center of the arena. As you all look around, you see that there is a pedestal in the center of the arena. Upon it sits what appears to be a set of tarot cards. Is what it appears to be. And the man in charge says, if you wish to be tested, take a card.
Tested for what? I was sleeping comfortably in my bed, and now I'm here. Against my will, I might add.
And returned you shall be.
He's like looking around for a way to go, like back to bed.
I'm actually looking around to see if I see any evidence of the Raven Queen still being there.
Roll me
Since
perception.
I think I saw her. Let's see, perception. That would be a 12.
You are not catching any glimpse of her.
Did I happen to notice any of the other ones that anybody else noticed?
Mhm.
Okay. So she's the only one I recognized.
I'm going to give myself Vigilant Blessing. So the next initiative roll that I make, I get advantage.
Sweet.
There's no time limit on it. Just says the next initiative roll.
Okay.
Nice.
I do want to do something, but I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, it's
So,
if you are able.
I apologize, but
Yes.
again, testing for
It
what?
It is touch. I'm going to touch my like my crossbow, and I'm going to infuse it with repeating
Okay.
shot.
He will look at you and say, to see if you are worthy.
Worthy of what?
I see that cryptic answers are the order of the day today. Let me try and rephrase my question in a more direct manner. We're being tested to see if we are worthy of what thing in particular, explain specifically so that a mere mortal like myself can understand. I saw Kelemvor around here somewhere, so I know this is some divine game of some sort. So please, speak plainly, if you would.
To answer your question, Kelemvor is here, as is the Raven Queen. And he looks at Kadeth.
I just nod.
Worthy of what we may ask in the future. I wish not to give too much.
Do I
Some
see
things are-
Kelemvor
you can roll
again
me
or no?
perception.
Oh, sorry. +3. A dirty, dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Probably not.
Look
He's a
at-
god after all.
Yeah, looking around, no. There's a couple of times that you're like, maybe, no. And you look over there, it's not him. It's something else. So no, you're not really seeing Kalimvor.
I will be quiet and wait then, since it's been confirmed to me that Kalimvor's here. I will be quiet and wait.
Fix is kind of a little distracted, fidgeting with the symbol that he woke up with. Still not understanding what exactly happened, but he is a little bit preoccupied with that.
Well, Evangeline, being of the Order of Truth and believing there is no higher power than the Order of Truth, kind of looks at everybody like they're crazy.
And here the dentist thought it was the Order of Tooth.
Ha 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 ha. The raven-haired woman, the dark-haired woman, I realize raven was probably not a good term to use. It is not the Raven Queen. The dark-haired woman.
Still be raven
Is it
hair.
Shar? Is it Shar? Is that who you're trying to think of?
Well, I don't know. Roll me religion.
Well, no, I'm asking Rob's out. Because she's also known as Shar, if I remember correctly, in the Faerunian pantheon.
This one, yes. Character or player knowledge, yes, this is Shar.
Okay.
Character knowledge, you have no idea.
Okay.
I was gonna say, did I recognize any of them other than the Raven Queen?
Mm-mm.
Because I do have some religion knowledge.
You do have some. Well, if you want to see if you can recognize this main dude or the woman that's speaking with him, because
Oh,
those are the
heck
only
yeah.
two faces that you really.
I didn't know that
look
was a
at.
choice.
Nope,
Okay,
I don't
sure.
know. Well, probably not anyway. I got an 8.
Religion,
Does he
I
have
got an
a
8. so-
19.
19.
That's 2 17s in a row. I like it.
the one
No.
that's speaking? Does he have any sort of holy symbol on? Specifically, Fix would see if it matched anything on his plans or his vision.
Surprisingly, no. He does. He probably has something. I would not know what it looks like because I was trying to read it and I got
Lifed.
blurry-eyed. I got lifed. Yeah.
Yep, life. That's all you got to say sometimes. Freaking life.
Happened.
So, but there is probably something, but no, it's not one of your symbols. That I can tell you for sure.
I'm looking around.
Yeah, go ahead.
I rolled a religion check or a lack of religion check, however you want to look at it. I rolled a 25. I rolled a natural
Only got
20.
a 19. Nice roll.
For a lack of religion, that's pretty high.
I'm looking for any evidence. Show me.
You don't have to believe in God, but he believes in you. There you go.
All right. Kenneth, what did you roll for? Oh, you just said nope.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Seeker
I
got a
rolled-
19.
I rolled a 4 on my die, so you know.
Okay. All right. Well, Seeker, you are not 100% sure of the gentleman or the woman. You're not 100% sure of the woman that is speaking.
Okay.
You're not really sure about her. But the gentleman speaking, you have heard that even Kalimvor will answer to another.
He must be Ao then.
You're thinking he might be Ao.
Oh, wow. Now he's really quiet. He realizes that. He's like, ooh.
Yeah. Okay, playing with the big dogs.
Mhm.
Evangeline, you're looking for evidence other than you woke up in a weird place. People are disappearing in crowds. Like, even you, like even though you're not seeing things like Kadeth or Seeker or Fix might have seen out of the corner of their eyes, even you pick up like a face here, a face there. Not that you recognize them, but as soon as you kind of look to them, everything blurs out, like they're gone. They've switched places with somebody else or whatever. Everything is just, you can't really focus on anything except for the two people that are speaking. So,
Okay,
AO points. Did you? There's more about gravy than of grave about you.
Right.
So AO, since Seeker knows this is AO, the main gentleman.
Ew.
That was good. But I'm cha. There we go.
Points to the pedestal and
For
says,
anybody watching, we warned you.
Very true.
"Do you wish to find if you're worthy?"
But
I just nod.
that other guy said that there's going to be time. Like, there was no time in between this. Well, you really need to fix your watches.
Yeah, that's what a god wants to hear. Fix your watch.
Fix? What are you talking about? What other guy?
He pulls up the symbol of God. And he's like, whoever gave me this said that there would be a time when they're going to see if I'm ready. And then I woke up and now we're here. Like, there's been no
No
time.
time like the present, Fix.
Well, I mean, there was time. It's
There's-
just very minor amount.
I have not had any sort of stimulant to wake me up. So no, there has not been any time.
Fix. Please hear me and hear me
I
well.
was thinking I had
It's
too much
not going to
stimulant.
matter. If you understood the gravity of what's here and what's now, what you think, what you care about, what's important to you, is not to, well, mainly that guy. And I apologize,
Gravity.
but that is the case.
And he points up to the guy. He's like, who's this guy?
He is the over god of all of the gods of Faerun. Well, whatever world we're in, I'm sorry. I don't know the
Well,
name of this world.
you're in the ninth world, but these are they would probably, the way Seeker would see it is that he is maybe an over god of the old gods. They're all
Yes,
called the
there is.
old gods.
The gods of the worlds that were before.
So let me just put it this
Exactly.
way. This thing that you find so important called time, well, he probably invented it. Or created it. I don't know how gods do things. But it's his.
They
Time,
kind of do
space.
whatever they want.
Yes. Exactly, Kenneth. Exactly.
And Seeker would real and Cadet probably more would realize before this, like Fix had no thoughts of the god, like gods
Yeah.
until probably a week ago or so.
That's
So
why
he's
Fix
like,
is
what the hell is this?
Seeker's being kind to explain it because he knows that. He's trying to explain it.
He's just like, so we're just supposed to pick a card. Like, and he walks over and he grabs a card like this.
I follow
And he
him.
picks it up.
Yeah, I'll pick up a card
So
too. I'm right
impulsive.
with him. It's just like, okay.
Do we all pick
I
up
only
a
have to
card?
pick. You only
I
have to
don't
pick up
know.
one.
I'm trying to comfort Fix, so I'm just following and saying yes, just like that. And in my head, I'm going, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
You flip over the card, and you will see on it. It is a tarot deck of sorts.
Is this the one Fix drew?
Yeah. Fix. You pick up a card, and you see on it. You see it like a prison door on it. Seeker, when you pull up your card and you take a look at it, it also has a prison door on it.
Are they exactly the same as his? Because tarot decks aren't supposed to have the same cards in them.
They look exactly the same.
That's weird. Okay.
Well, like you said, this is God's.
Yeah.
These are God's. They can do what they
Yeah.
want.
Their clocks don't work. Their cards aren't right. Like,
Maybe it's just a deck of prison cards.
It's a deck of prison cards. Everybody gets a prison. You
Everybody
get a
wants
prison.
one of those.
You get a prison.
We all get a prison.
Everybody gets a prison.
Joy and
Um,
delight.
I would test
Well-
that theory, but I don't want to go to prison.
Ne-
Either.
have I read anything about, like, do I recognize the card, and like, have I read anything about it in all my research over the years?
You can roll me a history.
Come on, blue die. Wow. I rolled a 2 on the die, so I got a whole 6.
Man, it's going great for you.
Oh, I'm going to look at this stinking card and see if I recognize
That means Rob's going to be rolling natural 20s the rest of the night.
I rolled an 8
I'm going to be rolling 1s.
Don't you mean Joe?
for a 13.
You roll more 20s than he does on Tuesdays.
Last week. Oh, well, yeah. Last week was a fluke. That was impressive.
All right. So, as you're kind of taking a look at these cards and you're kind of looking at them, everything starts to fade from view. Evangeline? Yeah. Everything starts to fade from view.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, Chuck.
You are seeing, as the card kind of fades away, you are remembering there are soothsayers, tarot card readers, fortune tellers that all say they have like the gift of foresight and what's the word I'm looking for? Tell the future. They all have that gift.
Telling.
Yeah, there's another prophecy. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
Gift of prophecy. And this looks reminiscent of a card that would probably be found in one of those decks. All right, you fade out. And as your vision, you start to rub your eyes and your vision starts to clear, you find yourself standing just outside a city. You are on the, where's the entrance to the city? You are on the southern portion of this city. At least you're judging accordingly that you're on the southern portion of this city. And you're looking out, there is a wall, and there's like fields off to your right. There is a wall of what looks like to be rose bushes in front of you that seems to be walling off some of the city, but that's kind of in front of you and to the left, a large portion of it. In front of you and to the right are some other residences and buildings and things like that. If the rose bushes kind of was walling off the city has obviously grown beyond that. But they seem well cared for, like these bushes. They seem to be blooming.
Do I recognize the city or anything that might give me a clue as to what city this is?
Yeah. You can roll me a history check. Any of you can actually roll me a history check.
Much
Is it-
better.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
is it nighttime or daytime?
Well, it appears to be mid-morning.
Okay. I got
Didn't happen
22.
in the streets, so I don't know it.
I got a 22.
All right.
I got a 4.
12.
Got a 22 too, so.
I can find my map again. I Just want to verify. Okay.
Rick's got a 17, so.
All right. Any of you who rolled above a 10 would figure
Oh,
it's a little chilly down here. You figure you're in at least the southern portion of the Steadfast, or maybe near the Beyond. You don't. None of you have actually been here. Those of you who rolled above a 20, you're going to figure you're in the southernmost tip of, well, not even in the tip. You're like beyond the southernmost tip of the Black Riage. You're way far south. Matter of fact, you're pushing being in the Beyond. This is about as far as the Steadfast will go before you hit the Beyond, or as far as the Beyond will go before they hit the Steadfast.
So kind of on the border between the two.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what city it is though. Just
yeah, because I don't know that map well at all. Not yet.
No, you don't know exactly what city, but you know the basic region. You are. Yeah, you figure you're north of the cold desert. West of the Twin Seas. And east of the Beyond, or east of the Steadfast, south of the Black Riage.
so there's a handful of cities this could be. All right, well, I'm gonna just start walking toward the city. What do I know about cities down here? Like as far as friendliness goes, or anything like that?
For the most part, the cities down here are fairly accepting of all. Human, abhuman, mutant. Most cities around here are pretty accepting of all.
So we should be fine. I'll start walking toward the city.
I will follow.
See if I can find anybody. Get some at least find out where we're at
I'll trail
for a
behind you.
start.
A little bit to see if there's anything unexpected ahead. Survival.
Sure. Roll survival.
19.
19. Nothing has you on edge, other than that you're going into a strange location, like a location you've never been before. But there doesn't seem to be any threat as you're walking into the city. As you walk toward the city, you will notice well, that didn't give me what I wanted. Okay. As you walk toward the city, you notice that the people of the city are moving about. They seem to be going about their day, moving in and out. They don't seem to be paying any attention to you, so to speak. There is nothing that stands out about the city other than the Rose Wall. The Rose Wall was a little odd. As you're walking about, you will see. Well, no, you won't see that. Well, no, you might see that. As you come into a cross section, you will see a notice, a sign. There's like a board with various news things. and you will notice a sign that says "Cure for All Things."
I'm going to take a closer look. Like, is there any other information on it, or is it signed?
As you begin to look at the notice, you will see that this is from a man that calls himself Doctorish Omash Minkle.
What? What?
I know him.
Doctorish?
Doctorish. Doctorish Omash Mingle.
Not full doctor, just doctor-ish.
Doctor-ish.
He's kind of a doctor.
Oh,
The
Mosh
doctor of
Mingle.
Ish.
Omash Minkle with a K. Minkle. Minkle.
Much Minkle. Okay.
Omash Minkle. You will see this sign. It says that he has a device that will enable you and one of your enemies to end their feud.
Interesting. Not sure I need anything like that, but
I mean, Kadeth has one of those too. It's called a sword.
yeah. I mean, I can end feuds really quickly. Just stab
Fucking
them
end
enough.
feuders.
Is there any other? Is this like a notice board kind of thing?
It does appear to be a notice board.
Is
That's the
there
one
any
has
other-
the largest writing, which is why it caught your attention.
I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else on there. Maybe something that identifies what city we're in.
There is one sign in there called Wesk's Market, WESK''S, Wesk's Market. It says free bauble with every purchase.
Free baubles.
Bubbly,
bubbles.
bubbly, 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 bubbly.
Bubbles.
I have no use for baubles. Usually. Have I heard of Wesk's Market before? Like, can I put two and two together and figure out what city this is from that?
No.
Okay.
Does there happen to be a clock here?
Interesting you should say that. There does appear in the middle of the square, as you're looking around, where a clock should be, there's actually a large statue. The statue itself is missing its head. Seems like a fairly nicely carved statue, but it is missing its head. It's made of redstone. And there is a nameplate there, but it seems to be empty.
Nothing to lose your head over.
Cha.
Do I recognize the statue? Like who it might be or anything?
No, it's a feminine figure.
Okay.
Feminine?
Yeah.
Are there any guards around?
Guards.
Like city guard?
There are some guards walking about the town. I do not have that they are designated by any specific way. But you do see a couple of guards walking around town. They have long swords. I'm going to say they have a red sash,
Okay.
probably wearing leather armor.
I'm gonna approach one.
They will say, they will look up and say, "Good day, sir."
Good day.
G'day.
This may sound like a strange question, but I promise it is in all honesty. I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but what city is this?
Well, you have found yourself in Garan, the city of the missing.
Iran?
Garan. Actually, he doesn't say the city of the missing. When they say Garan, it instantly comes to you, oh, the
That
city of the
city's
missing.
missing.
Okay. So that's like way to the east, southeast of the Black Riage. That's way down there. And just because we've had a strange time recently, can you tell me what day it is, just so I make sure we haven't lost days in our travels?
He will give you the date, of which I am not going to give you.
That's
But
fine.
you find that it is the same day as it should be. You woke up that morning. You're now here.
Okay, so we were transported here immediately. All right, thank you very much. Do you have any suggestions for an inn or anything of that nature, a tavern where we might be able to sit and figure out our adventures?
Yeah, you can go to Geese.
Keys?
Geese. Gee. You can go to Geese.
Very well.
Those, D's.
No, geese.
Geese. Oh.
Geese.
Not goose, geese.
Ah.
Geese.
Very well, thank you. And and did he tell me where that is?
Oh, yeah, he'll point you over to the market district. It'll be easy enough to find. I can't tell you which
Okay.
way it is because
That's
I
fine.
can't find it in here, apparently. But yeah, he'll point you over to the market district.
Looking
I'll just thank him and turn to the others.
looking at Fix looks at his watch, and based on like the position in the sun, now knowing where we are, does it look to be still the right time?
According to your watch, it does appear to be the right time. I'm not going to make you roll for it, unless you really want to roll for it.
Where were we before?
Well, we were
We're
in
Thrice.
Thrice, which is a
Thrice, right?
couple a few hundred miles north of here. Northwest.
So we're in the same time zone,
Are the
just further south.
signs
yeah.
on the
North,
board, are
northwest.
they on paper? Parchment?
Is what on parchment?
The signs we saw.
Oh, yeah, they were on parchment, attached to a board.
I'm going to take the one with me.
Doctorish.
Here. Yeah, Dr. Ishminkle.
Dr. Schminkle.
And once
Okay.
Kadeth is done talking to the guards, Fix would actually go over to that statue, and he'll start trying to cast mending on the plate that was worn out.
Okay. You attempt to cast mending.
Takes a minute
And-
to cast.
All right. As you're casting mending, you go through the whole thing and you're trying to work it really hard and nothing's coming up.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And we're about 500 miles away from where we were. I'll look to everybody else. Is there anywhere anyone would like to go, or should we just go sit at a tavern and see what happens?
I say that we go and sit at a tavern. Opportunity has always seemed to come my way, even though it's usually just picking someone's pocket. Still have more of a chance of that than wandering out into the wilderness.
Certainly, there's more people there. I might get an idea of what, if anything, it has.
Yeah, why we're here.
Fix will point to Evangeline and says, but you said those people were pretty important, and I put us here right near that sign that she picked up. Unless she was trying to hide that. Didn't know if that was in secret. I mean, you guys know more about this whole gods thing. Is that something that they would do? Would they try to leave hints? You're gonna have to explain this to me, please.
I wish I could fix, but I've never been on a god quest before.
And I'm assuming at some point I've read about quests from gods at some point, especially considering the types of research I've done before. So, like, as we're walking to the tavern, I'll start relaying some of those stories and give him a better idea what those kind of quests can involve.
I'm going to keep an eye out for anything that might say Doctorish Mink on it.
I'm looking for
I'm
Eat
looking
at
for-
Joe's sign.
Eat at
Eat at
Joe's.
Joe's. No, it's Geese, not Joe's.
Geez, sorry.
Eat at Geese.
Doctorish. Is there a
Well, yeah,
doctorish in the house?
The term "ghee" spelled
Where's the
somewhat
doctorish
different,
office?
means quest. So
You mean
maybe
GEAS? That's
Oh, yeah.
GEAS would mean
Yeah.
quest. Maybe we're being sent on one and we don't know it.
Well, I feel as if we are being sent on a quest, but I don't know what the quest is. That's what the whole mess in that arena was.
Yeah.
But we were one of many, so I'm sure they're testing
And,
lots of folks.
and Seeker, you said you saw
My God, yes.
your god there. And I certainly saw the Raven Queen,
Several
albeit
gods
in
were
passing, but
And I saw whoever
think it
gave
was
me
the-
this thing.
I merely think it was an assurance that what was ever to be asked was legit.
yeah.
Not to
And-
be a Debbie Downer, but you guys pulled the exact same card.
Well,
Did they pull a card?
You're breaking up there.
Did anyone else pull a card besides Fix and myself?
no, because I assume that whatever card was pulled was meant for all of us.
It's not
And
the way they suggested. They said merely come and pull a card. To all of us meant I thought we all pulled the card.
well,
Last time I pulled something out of a deck, I got in trouble.
I've told you not to pull cards out of that deck.
I did all right the last time I pulled cards out of the deck.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I did. No doubt.
But yeah, I'll relay some of those heroes or the quest stories to Fix, so he kind of has a better understanding of those kind of things, and anybody else who cares to listen while I'm.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
If
I won't
see
give.
any tropes like that, I'm going to be like,
I won't
pointing it
necessarily
out.
give details, but it'll be general concepts from multiple of them.
So would you get for multiple of them? Eventually, Fixer's just like, so some gods are okay and other ones are assholes.
that
Well,
about
that is
sums it
certainly
up.
one way to put it. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Fix. Yes. Exactly right.
Why would you want to follow an asshole god?
Well,
Maybe you're an asshole. Feel a kinship of sorts.
Yeah.
Well, Tavern.
Yeah. So we're heading to the tavern, I guess.
Okay. As you head there, well, once you get there, you see that it's a simple building. There's a nice sign on it, wooden, that's engraved Geese. You walk in and you see 3 young women running the place. They're all pale skinned, blonde hair, moving about, taking orders, running to and from the bar, running back to the kitchen. anything that they need to do. The tavern is fairly busy for mid morning. You do see one gentleman. He's a grizzly man who steps out of the kitchen, probably hollers at one of his daughters to fetch something, and kind of walks back into the kitchen.
Nice guy.
Go find a table that's big enough for all of us to sit at.
All right. You go and you have a seat. You realize that, well, all of you have been in fairly clean taverns. You guys go to nice taverns. Forsyth, you're usually there under the guise of something else.
They never
Sticky
know.
hands.
Right, because of sticky hands.
Hey, there's money to be made there.
Right? This is a fairly clean tavern. You notice that some of the pricing and things like that, as you hear spouted out from the women, they're a little more on the expensive side. But they eventually, one of the women comes up to you. She steps up. She says, "Good morning to you all. My name is Shamik. What can I do for you?"
Well, I assume the rest of you are hungry,
Absolutely.
I could eat.
and I'll
And I can
pull out.
drink.
I'll pull out enough to get us all food and drinks, and ask for a meal and drinks for all of us. And
All right. Meal
I will-
and
I will
Go ahead.
inquire about the doctorish.
okay.
Doctorish.
She'll say, morning meal and a drink for each of you will be 6 gold.
very well.
Doctorish Minkle was supposed to be actually here last night, but he never showed. He's been in town for a few days, and he's been staying here, but he never returned last night.
Curious.
Is there anything to find him? Like
I
a
don't.
bounty or reward or clue?
Or
Perhaps.
perhaps just your appreciation. Fix kind of does a full switch on like his mannerisms and everything, and goes from the little kooky, little bit off. I don't know about off-putting, but and he just gets quite charismatic. He gets a big old smile, and as he's talking to her, it would definitely anybody that he's been traveling with would notice and just kind of do a double take. Well, I don't know if they do a double take, but
Maybe
More like
internally.
sheesh.
Maybe a
Secret
little
Service.
side eye.
When you do a job fix, you get paid.
So he didn't show up last night. Was he supposed to show up last night?
Yes, he was supposed to show up last night. We had a few people inquire of him.
Does he have a room?
Well, yes, he's got a room upstairs.
Did you
What
check
a-
that he was there? Maybe
Well-
passed out or dead?
Yes.
Did he leave
Just
anything
checking.
behind? In
Well, all of his
room?
belongings are there.
What exactly is meant by the term doctorish? Is he a doctor or is he not a doctor?
Or has he just got a weird
Or is that
name?
his name?
Well, how much do you know about what Doctorish does?
Well, I
could
know what
know more
doctors
if I
do,
looked at
but I
his
don't.
stuff.
But I don't necessarily know what a doctorish is. We're kind of new to the area.
Doctorish is unique in his methods. What he does to cure an issue or a feud between his customer and an enemy is there is some ailments that he can cause. They're non-lethal, but he does cause your enemy an ailment that when your enemy is cured of this ailment, the feud will end.
But it's non-lethal, you say.
Yes, it's non-lethal.
Very interesting.
So it's magical extortion.
I suppose, if you put it that way.
Well, no, there's no supposition. It's magical extortion. Quid pro quo at its finest.
Can you point me to which room this is?
Are you going to go find him?
Possibly.
No wonder someone kidnapped his ass.
Yes, I will take you. And she'll holler across the bar. She will say, Shira. Shira, really?
And He-Man?
Shira. I think I'm going to have to change how I say that name.
Shira, there you
Shira?
go.
Let's go, Shira. She will holler to Shira and to get meals and drinks prepared and brought to the table. And she will take you, Evangeline. If anybody else wishes to go, you may.
I'm going to go. And on the way, I'm going to say, well, you still haven't mentioned payment. I was very clear in asking, but you skirted the question, and, well, here we are.
Well, I myself could not pay for Dr. Ish's return. But perhaps Melian, the town leader, perhaps he would pay.
Excellent. Thank you for your assistance in that.
And perhaps the doctorish would pay for his own return. That would be.
There is
Possibly.
that too.
Now you are thinking.
I'm always thinking just of different things.
Understood.
Some of us have different priorities.
Certainly.
Like me.
So do you follow? Okay, so I know Evangeline's going, Seeker's going.
Fix would go.
Kadeth,
Sure. I'll go up there too.
Forsyth.
Might as well
if they
take
leave
a
me
look.
alone, I'm going to run away, so I'll go with them.
Best not to be left alone.
Or I'll run amok.
Yeah, and you're in an unusual, a different city, so.
Well, I had to change form before going into the tavern because they might think I'm a little kid.
That's true.
I'm currently presenting as a middle-aged elf.
All right. So Shamik will lead you up the stairs, and about the third door on the left, she will give it a little knock just to make sure, and then she'll open the door. You see in this room, very neatly organized. There is a chest on the floor that is open. It has folded up clothes stacked up on one side. The other side kind of has some parchments and things like that stacked up. You will see a wardrobe that if you open it up, it has some clothes hanging, and in one of the drawers is folded up really neatly a couple of blankets. You do find the bed is made or not been slept in. The window is closed.
Is it locked from the inside?
The window is.
I'll ask the barmaid that brought us up here. I forgot what you said her name was.
Shamik?
Shabik?
Shamik.
Shamik.
Shamik, did the doctorish leave on his own?
Yeah, he left yesterday and did not return.
Alone?
Do you know where he was going?
He was, I believe he said he was meeting a customer on the in the Sweet End Orchards.
Where's that at?
The Sweet End Orchards?
Yeah, I think.
Seekers
we get-
look.
Go ahead.
Oh, didn't want to talk
I was
over
just
anything.
I was just gonna say, how would we get there?
Oh, she will point to the far east side of town, I believe is the Sweet End Orchards.
Seekers looking very carefully for a log of any kind. Because when you're doing dirty work like this, I'm sure there's a record so that he can make sure he gets that paper, you know. Get paid.
He wants
Yeah.
that gold.
I know, it's paper, gold, paper, same thing.
Let's start searching the room for anything he might have left behind.
I'm going to look for any evidence that all of this neatness might be staged.
Okay. Roll me investigations. And Seeker,
Everybody?
I'm going to assume, yeah, you're going straight to the parchments for like bookkeeping. So you're
to
going to
start.
search through those.
Correct.
And anything that Seeker sets aside as, okay, this is in a log, Fix will pick up and actually read it in more detail.
Did you want
Okay.
investigation or perception?
Investigation. Because you are investigating.
Yeah, I will definitely look around.
D3.
That is a nat 20, but I don't have any bonuses, so it's just 20.
Nice. Just 20. Forsyth, what were you looking at again?
I was just looking for anything that he left behind, anything in the closets and dressers and things like that. Had a 14 for my roll. Got 0
All right.
plus.
Okay.
Got a 16.
You got a 16. Kadeth?
A whole 6.
Man,
Did you let Jody touch her dice?
apparently.
I don't know. That or somehow it thinks it's Saturday.
Yeah. All right. Looking through the parchments, you will find
A pear
some
tree.
various components of poisons. Sorry, that came around and hit me on the back end.
Yeah. But I'm cha.
You will find various components of poisons and the like. About 6 different types of sicknesses and illnesses that can be caused and cured pretty much at will.
I will keep all of that information for
We
myself.
found his bio lab.
For the party, mind you, but what I mean, but he's taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will also find in there a ledger. It will basically have some names, some abbreviations, where it'll have like gold in, gold out kind of columns
Uh-huh.
where he's paid some people and's been paid by people and whatnot. He's
It's the most
making
recent entry.
he's making out like a bandit. The
Oh,
most
yeah.
recent
Beautiful work.
oh yeah. The most recent entry is actually Shamik.
Ah,
Wow. What's
did
the one
she
before
want?
her?
Who did she want hurt?
It just has one of those ailments on there she paid for.
Right, but what's the one before her?
The one before her is a gentleman by the name of Abishim.
Okay. So I'm going to share all of that with the group, but not until I ask Shamik this question.
Okay.
So who pissed you off?
All right, I will get back to that. Rhonda, what are you looking for? Evangeline.
I'm looking for any evidence that might lead to whether or not
Oh,
all of
that's
the
right.
neatness in the room could be staged or possibly have been gone through and put back. You know,
Okay.
I'm looking for
Interesting.
the book on the shelf that's not quite in the right spot,
Right.
or the carpet that's tipped up on one edge. That kind of stuff.
Or evidence of things
Gotcha.
being too perfect.
Too perfect. Everything about this place kind of screams too perfect. But you do find in one area there seems to be a board, a floorboard. What did you roll?
A 23.
That's right. I thought it was something crazy high. You do find a floorboard that does seem to be off kilter. It's kind of, you know, how the floorboards kind of lay like this. It's actually kind of sitting up on the edge a little bit, like it's off kilter, like it didn't get all the way down in its spot.
I am going to dig in my pocket, and I'm going to get out of one of my carpenter's chisels. Oh. No, I'm going to wedge that floorboard up.
All right. It doesn't take much wedging. It's a loose floorboard. You're able to pry it up, and underneath there, you're going to find 3 vials, and I'll tell you what they are later, but you're going to find 3 full vials and 2 empty ones. Forsyth, you're just looking around for oddities.
Stuff and nonsense. Whatever's
Yep.
out of place.
What did
Anything
you
that
roll?
doesn't belong in a hotel room.
Gotcha. What did you roll?
Let's see, what was my roll? It was actually it was a 12.
It was a 12? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
wasn't very high.
You don't find anything that seems out of place for a hotel room. This room in particular does have a desk, whereas a lot of inns and such only have tables. But being that this is a nicer inn, it's not completely out of place, but it is a desk nonetheless.
So I'll search the desk.
Yeah. So you open up the drawers, and you do find in there a small pouch. And inside
Okay,
the
that's
pouch,
That's not something that would be left behind on purpose.
Probably not.
So
inside the pouch, you find a emerald. The emerald is worth 50 gold.
okay.
It's a decent size emerald.
I tried to pocket it, but I only rolled well, I got a 9 on my sleight of hand. So
Everybody hears Force, maybe not seizing, but you hear him. Grrr. He pulls out the drawer. You hear him ruffle
I wasn't
through
really
a pouch.
seeing anything else. So,
You
Forsyth,
didn't see
what do you
anything
have
else.
there?
You were
I
watching-
found a gem. Look at this nice, pretty green gem.
May I take a look at that Forsyth?
Sure, you can look at it from over there.
I'm going to come right up to you. I'm pretty sure I've picked you up enough times.
Honest, I was going to share it.
I'm sure you were.
After I spent it.
Fix. You find a book sitting on a shelf.
He picks it up and hops up into a chair and starts reading it.
And Fix is gone. All right, moving on.
Sure, he probably reads pretty fast.
So
Who's this
reading through the book,
Dostoevsky guy?
it's a lot of biology. Seems to be about plants and herbs and the chemistry kind of behind them. What herbs go well with others and things of that nature. It's almost somewhere between a botanist and a cook's type of book.
It's an alchemist's cookbook.
Kind
Anything
of an
written
alchemist
in it?
cookbook.
Like, are there notes in the margins, anything like that?
No, actually.
Does it look
Surprisingly,
well worn? Like it's been read and actually studied?
it is well worn.
He pointed out to the group before he tucks it into his pack.
Oh, duh. Wait, or no. Wait a minute.
Did you forget about a plus?
No, I'm just trying to remember something else. I'll be back with you in a second.
Got it.
That's what it. Oh, yeah. No, there was. Oh no, I didn't take that. Never mind. I was thinking I took the one that lets me do detect magic, but I didn't.
Ah, okay. All right. As everybody else is,
I'm gonna ask Shamik, who else has been in this room besides Hinkle, yourself, and now us?
okay. As everybody is looking through, you may have to remind me of that question, but I'll try to remember it. As everybody else is finishing kind of looking through Seeker,
Mm-hmm.
you get Shamik's attention because Shamik hasn't left. I mean, she's not going to, of course, she's watching you rummage through this room and occasionally pick up an emerald. You ask her
Who pissed her off?
who pissed her off. That's right. She will say, it's actually my father. She says a
Ooh.
little sheepishly.
He,
We all
Seeker
have
goes,
one of
ooh,
those.
Ouch.
That's a
juicy.
little cold.
Do tell.
Well, my father does not particularly like my choice of men. There is a young gentleman whom I deeply love by the name of Abisham. That
Interesting. Go ahead.
I love deeply, and my father does not like him, and so we have fought over him for at least a year.
Seeker goes, oh, you have no idea.
I mean,
we know Avishman or just you do?
Just
Just
Seeker
Seeker
does, because
does.
I haven't
Okay.
shared what I know yet.
Okay,
yeah.
that's okay.
But over the course of last night, my father's had a little bit of a change of heart. I mean, we're
Has
not
he now?
completely on the mends, but we're a step in the right direction.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, then. Well, where is this Abisham now?
I haven't seen Abisham today. I've been working. Last time I saw Abisham was yesterday afternoon.
This Abba fella, what does he do?
Abba fella.
He can dance.
Sounds like a singer.
He's
Abisham.
having the time of his life.
Oh my gosh.
I've got
Is he a
so many
dancing
questions, I'm not
queen?
going to tell
Off
him.
the rails.
Yes,
over
he is.
See, if he was gay, he'd be a dancing queen. But anyway,
No, it's that he's what, a plow king, I guess. I don't know. He works on the Becker farms.
Interesting.
Well, is it unnatural for you not to have seen him today, even though you're working? I mean, doesn't he come by to say hello during your workday, or
Usually in the middle of the day when they
that
break.
did not happen today, did it?
It has not happened today yet.
Interesting.
We're still in the morning though, right?
It's mid-morning.
Am I picking up that Seeker seems to know more than he's saying?
Every time you talk to him, that's what
Probably.
you get.
I was gonna say probably.
Yeah.
You're welcome to roll insight if you'd like, but knowing your rolls, I'm gonna say probably.
Yeah. He's not trying to hide it from you guys. She doesn't know him from him.
He's pinching his eyelid. It can't be good.
His eye is twitching.
So who's the third person? Who's above Abisham?
Who's above Abisham?
Yeah.
Above Abisham is a man by the name of Kevin.
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 I know
That's
Kevin.
what happens when you get left home alone.
Yep. Yep.
Did
Nobody
he
likes
go for the
Kevin.
2-for-1 special?
He did. He went for the 2-for-1 special. He had it out for a couple of burglars.
So I'm going to just stop talking for a little bit because I want to see what everybody else is. I'm not sharing nothing yet, but I want to see what everybody else found out.
All right. Evangeline, about this time, as you're like, okay, let me take another look. And you turn to take another look at the parchment again, Seeker, to see who else is above them.
Mhm.
Evangeline, you come over and you ask, like I said, you're going to have to remind me.
Who else has been in this room besides yourself, Minkle, and us?
She says, to her knowledge, to my knowledge, nobody.
To your knowledge, did you see anyone
Yes.
else around the floor,
Only
hallways,
the other,
or whatever?
I'm going to go ahead and cast a detect magic.
only the other patrons.
I was just going to try and figure out who would know that.
She and I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
the two of you.
I'm
do.
going to cast a detect magic, and I'm going to stroll about the room, and I am going to show Kada the
My
vial.
insight on her was a 3. That's what the plus
Why,
2.
you're pretty.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You're distracted by her beauty.
That's it. Yeah,
She's got two siblings that look almost
she's young
identical
and
to her.
pretty, and I'm just young.
All right, you stroll about the room, and as you go by the wardrobe, one of the blankets is glowing.
I'll pull it.
Are you sure?
No. How about if I point it out?
Do you do it anyway?
Well, you could always ask me to pick it up, because I'm dumb and young.
I mean,
I will point it out.
Okay.
And Forsyth will pick it up.
Oh, why don't you
He's an
pick it
idiot.
up, Evangeline? It's just a blanket.
It's just a
Yeah,
blanket.
I'll just hold it up and say, see, look, nothing wrong.
Glowing with some kind of magic.
And so am I.
Wow, that's funny. If he's been here the whole time under the blanket.
Honey, I shrunk
He's
the
not
doctor.
getting that emerald back.
That is not what I'm looking for. There we
Here,
go.
stay small and catch it. Then you can keep it.
If you can catch it
Well,
without
I'm not small
dying.
right now. I'm a mid-size, a medium. I'm an elf.
not like if the doctor was there and small.
Was shrunken down.
He's doctorish.
A shrunken doctor.
Now he's tallish.
Witch doctor.
He's a tallish doctorish.
So what happened to Forsyth? Because he picked up the blanket.
That's my question. Hey,
I
Forsyth's a
believe it
nice
would be
little
glowing
guy.
with enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay.
Enchantment. So you can say, "Hey, there's something glowing over here with enchantment."
As
Oh,
Forsyth
point out-
picks it up.
The blanket
I
is
pick it up.
glowing with enchantment.
Right.
The blanket that Forsyth is holding is glowing with enchantment.
It suddenly
Oh.
grows a
I
huge pair of
think-
wings.
Forsyth is our guinea pig.
Forsyth is the guinea pig. Oh no,
They
poor
hired me for.
Forsyth. You should get compensation.
It had to be you.
Of course it did.
I think he gets enough compensation without us giving him any.
Yeah, true. I've made more money than they have on this adventure.
Oh, heck yeah. No doubt.
Oh my goodness, that is true. That is true.
Blessings of being a rogue. I love playing rogues.
Well, I'm not
He's
a
not
rogue,
even a
though.
rogue. He's a
Oh,
druid.
He's not even a rogue.
oh, just a thiefish druid. Okay.
He's a,
Well,
he's a
I'm a
thiefish
street
druid.
urchin.
Yep.
You take the right background. That's the way with my
an
sorcerer
urban
in the last
druid.
campaign.
He's an
She
urban
wasn't.
druid.
She wasn't a rogue. She was
Well,
a
that's
sorcerer.
gonna hit you. You are
Might
currently
take a
a
level of
medium
rogue.
creature, right?
Right now, I'm a medium creature. Normally a small, but right now I'm a medium.
A medium creature who's on fire. Oh.
You can really only be medium or small.
Yeah,
Being swallowed by a blanket creature?
I'm about the largest I can be right now.
Oh, isn't there a rug?
Cloak.
There is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've fought one before.
There. When you
Which
pick
one?
up the rug. Now you've got me saying it. The
Blanket.
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 When you pick up the blanket instantly wraps itself around you and begins to
lovely.
squeeze.
Who needs a
Um,
hug? Who
you
needs a
are-
Hey
hug?
guys, a little
Grappled.
bit of help here.
You are grappled, restrained, blinded,
And humiliated.
and cannot breathe. You are at the risk of suffocating at the moment,
Oh my god.
and you take
Okay.
8 bludgeoning damage.
That's almost enough to kill you.
Everybody
that's
else, you
evil.
see that blanket animate immediately and wrap itself around Forsyth's
All right.
upper body, basically.
Okay, I do not need breath to do an ice knife, but I do need my
Yeah,
hands or my
You don't
hands
have to say
free.
anything.
You're grappled.
Yeah,
You are grappled.
but
and
does that
restrained.
mean-
And restrained.
oh, and restrained. Okay, because
Yeah, so
So no
we'll
somatic.
have to read through it.
no somatic. Okay,
Um,
never mind then.
You're stuck. You're like,
I'm
Hey,
gonna
guys.
I'm gonna go over and start trying to pull this thing off of him.
Well, I don't know if we're doing initiative or not yet. So
yeah, let's
or-
go ahead and roll
Oh, okay.
initiative. That way, I can get you all in order, and I won't lose track of what's going on.
I'm on an 11.
Didn't you get a bonus thing that you used, or does that not count?
Oh,
anymore?
right. It does. It's till the next time I roll. Thank you.
Of course.
There you
Next
go.
time I
Thank
roll
you
now.
for
Next time you roll.
reminding him of my headache.
A 16 is better. Thank you, Joe.
Absolutely.
I got an 8, so you're double as good as me.
Dang,
got
I
a
beat you
16.
both. No, not really. I got a 14. Not that it matters.
Evangeline. Kadeth.
Sorry, 9. Zoned out there for a second.
All right, that starts us with Seeker and Evangeline. You're both at
Go ahead,
16.
Evangeline. You're right there. And your dex is probably higher.
That's true. You were standing right next to him.
Maybe.
No, that ain't going to work.
I am going to.
Somebody
Hey.
sawing something?
That's,
Sounds like
Uh,
it. That's
Huh?
what?
Lawnmower near me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is summer there.
Yeah. I'm going to take my hand axe. And I'm going to attempt to swing it at the blanket.
Swing better.
The edge. I'm going to try not to hit Forsyth, but I am going to
Okay.
try to cut the blanket. Okay, that ought to be interesting. Oh, that's okay. Ow.
If,
Is a
if
14
this is
hit?
14 hits.
if this is what I think it is, this is gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
An animated blanket.
Eventually. Yeah.
Same thing.
Seeker,
happened.
have that spare the dying ready there.
Same thing happened.
I do. I do. Might need to use it here.
And in case you're busy with other things, Fix has it as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Covered.
Nope. 6.
6 points of damage.
About
Forsyth, you're gonna feel that axe hit the rug, and the rug kind of cuts into you a little bit, and you take 3 points of damage.
Oh, you're muted.
I don't have either somatic or verbal, right?
Correct.
I don't believe so. Let me double check to make sure, but I don't believe so. I think restrained is.
Grappled and brain kind of take. No, you can
Yeah.
still talk. But if he's suffocating, no, we can't talk.
Yeah,
If you
correct.
specifically said
Suffocating,
suffocating,
you
using,
don't
no.
using
have-
your last breath. I don't know.
Okay.
Grappled is.
I have no. I can't take any actions then. I could try to break free.
Yeah, at the end of your action every
Yes,
round.
you can try to escape. Yes,
And
that
that's
is strength or athletics or acrobatics.
Yes.
acrobatics for sure, because that's dex.
Let's see.
I still
Is
only
it?
get a 6.
Oh well,
Well, I got
hang
some
on.
good
It's not your
rolls
turn
today.
anyway. It's Seeker's turn.
All right. So seeing
Oh,
what's
that's-
going on with this and knowing that hitting the carpet is most likely going to hurt Forsyth, he goes over there with his club, looks at him, and is like, no,
Nope.
puts that away, and reaches out a hand that is just dripping with black negative energy, and he is going to try to inflict wounds on the carpet.
All right.
So it's a melee attack. Wow, it went under my monitor. Hold on. What did I roll? Shit. Hit on the floor.
That's what I
Okay.
rolled too.
That is a 20. A 20.
20. That hits.
All right. So it's 3d10. So that's 3 of these.
Excuse me.
Wow. So that's 12 plus 8 is 20.
Wow. All right. You're gonna see that black energy kind of just fade into its patterns and such. It is still squeezing Forsyth though.
And as a bonus action,
But he gave
I
me rug
will-
burns.
I will healing. I can still see wait. So is Forsyth totally enveloped so I can't see him?
No, you got his feet.
Oh, good. So I'm going to healing word him
Okay.
Cool.
as a bonus action. So hopefully we can kill it and
Keep him
him
alive.
not have to spare the dying. I hope. So healing word is a D4 plus 3, so that's 5 damage. I mean 5 healing.
5 heal. Okay.
Yes. Wait a
Be
minute.
able to last another round or
We're
two.
gonna hurt you too. All right. Now that brings us to Forsyth. It
Right.
is your turn.
Forsyth-
You are in the rug.
Yeah, I already rolled. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
You're-
Yeah. That doesn't get you free.
You're a druid. Couldn't
Right.
you wild shape and to a
Be
mouse
a mouse or something way bigger.
or something
Hold
bigger?
on. Yeah, I can wild shape. You're right.
I don't know that wild shape.
There's
takes
no
that kind of-
verbal or
There's no-
symbolic or
As,
anything.
a-
Yeah.
as an action, you can magically assume the shape of any beast that you've seen before.
Yeah.
Have
Sure,
you
you've
ever
seen plenty of rats.
I've seen plenty of rats.
But
how
it would still be squeezing you.
much piercing damage would a porcupine do?
Well, if it's squeezing the size of an elf and I'm suddenly the size of a rat, it's got to move to squeeze me further.
I don't know how that works. I think that would be Jody's call.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not the DM because it would have it automatically would squeeze the shit out of you if you did that because you're already inside of it.
Because
And it
you're
just go-
already tiny. And,
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but like I said, it's got to go from here to here.
well, that's true. If you're doing something smaller, then it's going
Right.
to take its turn to squeeze you further.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the size of a rat and run.
All right. Then roll me your rat's dexterity, I will say, with advantage.
Advantage, yeah, I thought so. Cool.
Rat dexterity or my dexterity?
Rat.
The rats.
I don't
Because
know.
you take on the physical attributes of the
Okay.
animal.
All right, hold on.
I don't know what a rat's dex is. Does anybody?
It would be
I do.
here.
It's in,
It should be in the
monster.
players.
Yeah, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
So
The end
It's
of the
also in your
players
extras.
symbol.
You can also find it under the extras.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
just
go
don't
under
go with
extras and go to
rats.
manage extras, you can
Manage extras.
add in any forms you want to be able to change to.
A rat's dex is 0. A plus 0. It's 11.
plus
so
zero,
it gets-
yeah, that's 11 dex. Okay, so
That's
all right,
surprising.
I will roll.
That does kind of surprise me too.
Yeah, because my dex is normally plus 4, so, or 3. I mean,
But
right now.
you get advantage because you're going to try to scurry out of there before the rug squeezes further.
Okay, let me roll a couple d20s. And see what. All right, I got a 19 and a 20.
Nice. You're out of there.
You're out of there.
Where are those
You
rolls
guys-
when I need them? You know? Well, I need
you
them.
guys kind of see the shape of Forsyth in this blanket all of a sudden squeeze down. The blanket starts to fall, and you see this rat run out from and under the blanket.
And we've
And under the bed.
we've seen him
Under
change
the
into
bed.
things like elves and humans and stuff before, but
Never
we've
animals.
never-
Yeah,
We've never seen him do animals. Okay.
This is the first
I
time
just
you've seen
don't
him
like
do an
who I am.
It's
Who are
an
you?
ultimate identity crisis. There we go.
It's an ultimate identity crisis.
Now I'm
That'll
under
bring
the
us-
bed hiding.
You are under the bed hiding. Now the rug blanket is going to, well, let's see. Seeker and Evangeline are both next to it. Since it lost its prey, it's going to find a new one. Evangeline, you're even. Seeker, you're odds. Oh, it's coming after Evangeline.
Of course.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus something to hit.
You don't need your plus something.
Right.
Hit me with the 19.
It's going to jump up
That hits any
and
of us.
wrap itself around Evangeline.
At this level, yeah.
Oh, geez. For 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Because I
Dang.
can't roll.
You did against me.
Well, that's
She
because I got
lit you up
6
like a,
against you.
wait for it, Christmas tree.
Pig.
And you
I
are
should have turned into a
grappled.
pig, then I'd have been a pig in a blanket.
Yeah.
There you go. You are grappled, restrained, and suffocating. But you got plenty of time to suffocate because it's
sounds
always
like
like
the-
your con modifier minutes.
That sounds like the side effects for a pharmaceutical drug.
Yeah.
It really does.
At an extreme risk of gambling.
Death. Yeah.
That is
Serious,
that
an
is a
increased urge to gamble.
an
Compulsive
increased urge to
possession.
gamble is
Gamble,
a for
yeah.
real side effect of some kind of blood pressure drug.
I saw it happen to somebody in Hawaii. It was weird. It's not fake. It's weird.
Weird. It's just so weird.
If you listen to all
It-
this, side effects can include the 15-minute
Nausea,
list.
coughing, blah
you're
blah
going,
blah.
Why would I even want to take this?
I'll
It's
just deal
more
with the
dangerous than
condition.
whatever it's
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. You know. Good
Yeah.
Lord. All right,
So,
sorry.
Anyway, so that's we
I
digress.
mean,
Yeah, fine.
So that's where you're at.
Take some ambient and die.
Yeah. So
From driving
Evangeline,
sleep.
you are grappled. That brings us to Kadeth.
All right. So now she's the one grappled in it.
Now I'm grappled.
Yes.
All right. And I'm gonna say sorry to Evangeline as I shoot the rug with Eldritch Blast.
We'll heal you later. Don't worry.
Okay.
Or not, because I got a whole 7 to hit.
Oh my god.
I'm so worried about hurting
This
her
is-
that I missed it.
It's like, it doesn't come out quite right. Fix.
Fix seeing everything going on. What is he gonna do?
We never know.
That's keep you on your toes. He will walk up to Kadeth and he'll kind of pat him on the back and be like, he's like, "It's okay, buddy. It's okay." And he casts Bless on him, and at the same time, he says, "Go ahead, try again," and uses Voices of Authority to give him the ability to use his reaction to immediately attack again,
Nice.
utilizing Bless.
Oh,
Plus D4.
so an extra
Plus a
D4.
D4.
Where's my D4?
And then he'll back away.
Just in case Evangeline explodes.
That's much better. That is a 21 to hit
Slightly better.
Oh, 21 hits
for 10 damage.
for 10 damage. And I missed it. I had to reread it after Chuck said, "Sorry, Evangeline." But yes, the grappled creature does take half the damage. You're going to take 5 force damage, Evangeline.
Well, you had foresight.
Yeah, you had
damage,
Foresight
so-
to do it as well.
Yeah, but I didn't do it with the inflict wounds. Because
Oh,
I
wait a
thought it
minute.
was an actual.
No, but
Like
the
melee
inflict wounds
attack.
wouldn't go
That was
through
not-
because it was attacking the creature specifically with no force or anything like that.
It
So it
is
wouldn't have gone
necrotic
through.
damage.
It's any damage.
It's
Yeah,
any
it's-
damage.
Oh,
Because I thought it was
The
just
problem with
weapon
those
damage,
things-
but when
Oh.
when Kadeth mentioned that, I was like, oh, maybe I should reread that.
that is jacked up.
These things are
Wow.
nasty.
Um,
Badass blanket.
Yeah, they're rough. That's why you don't just pick them up.
I could see this being really
It's
useful
that
as a
100
weapon.
thread count,
you know,
you know?
you throw it at the bad guys
just
and
throw
then
it at
start
someone.
attacking them.
One thing to note, Kadeth was affected by the bless, but so was Seeker and
Two other
Evangeline.
people. Yeah, because it's 3
Nice.
people.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
All right. Good. That is good. That brings us to Fix. Was that all of your turn? That was your turn, Fix.
Yep.
Okay, that was it. Boy, when you start making other people go on your turn, I'm going to get confused real fast. You guys might have to keep me on my toes. We're back at the top with Evangeline.
Okay, I'm going to try to get out of this.
All right. It is athletics or acrobatics. And you do get a D4 because it is a skill check.
It's only for
Or no.
saving throws and
Yeah.
attack rolls.
Okay, I had it backwards because there was something else that's just for skill checks.
Heroism is towards ability checks.
Oh, okay.
15.
15. All right, you managed to. Did you use athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics or acrobatics. Doesn't matter. They're exactly the same. I'll use my athletics.
Okay. It's
'Cause
just
I'm an
flavor,
athlete.
really.
Because
All
I'm
right,
an
you-
athlete. Because if there were no sleeves on this shirt, you would see this.
All right, you managed to Wiggle yourself in a way to get near the opening of the blanket, and you just force it open, and you knock it off of you. That is your turn. Seeker.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna use expeditious retreat and get away from that thing.
All right. Because you can do that as a bonus action.
I can.
Great. That just leaves me here with it. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to cast my shillelagh.
All
I'm
right.
going to hit it as hard as I can.
All right. Give me your damage.
So, what is my plus to hit? Ooh, nat 20. Never mind.
Hey, hey.
Holy, I should have a camera on my dice because I feel like this just seems unreal. So, that is,
Probably your base damage will probably kill it.
well, maybe. So, my base damage with the shillelagh. This is so confusing. I'm sorry.
Plus
It's a D8 plus 5? Where's my spell thing?
spell.
Yeah, D8 plus 5.
Yeah.
So that is a 3 plus 5 is 8.
All right. 3 plus 5 is 8. Plus the 8 because it was a natural 20.
Oh yeah, plus 8.
Yes. You
Sorry.
kill it.
16.
You smash that rug and it falls to the ground. See, I said a rug again. Blanket, and you knock it to the ground, and
And
it
I
stops.
continue to hit it to make sure. I
God.
follow the rules of
God.
Zombieland and I double tap. Okay? To make sure it's dead.
All right. It is an unmoving blanket at this time.
You still
After
see
about,
magic on it, Evangeline?
Is there
I've-
anything else magic in this room? Is there any more magic left on this blanket?
It is fading rapidly.
Fading rapidly.
With each hit.
after about 10
Hit it
seconds
again.
of,
Hit it again.
of Seeker just beating on it, Fix will kind of come up and he'll reach out like gingerly, like, it's okay, it's dead, it's okay, it's done, it's Seeker, it's okay.
He looks you in the eye and he goes, the desecration must be complete. And then he's done.
You're muted.
Never seen a rug attack someone. I'm muted?
No,
No.
Senior's
okay.
muted. I see his
All right.
mouth moving, but I can't hear him.
Okay, while I'm in rat form under the bed, I will go ahead and look for anything hidden under there.
Okay.
Underwear?
No, I'm not looking for the underwear.
If it's messy under the bed, I need to know right away.
Yeah, because everything else was sparkly clean.
Yeah, that's true, and it could be that you would totally not even look there because everything was so clean. But let's not make that mistake.
Oh.
And even though it's the Intel, right? It's a -4.
Wow.
Uh,
Because you're a rat.
yeah, because I'm a rat. I will still try to do an investigation. Under
You keep
there.
I would have
you keep
Your-
your mental stats.
Mental stats stay.
Oh, I keep my mental stats, so it's
Yeah.
+0.
That's why I suggest doing the extras,
Okay.
and I can show you how to do it later if you want,
All right.
because it'll actually tell you the stats and everything.
Oh, okay. 15.
And you even have there's even a hit point tracker for each one.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at that. I'll go to the extras and play with that.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you put them in as wild shape, it'll show you the stats as if you were using it as wild shape.
It's really handy.
It's handy. So, at a 15, you scurry around underneath the bed. You find all the way up, kind of at the headboard, where it's butted up against the wall, kind of in the center of the bed. You do find a sock.
Don't
Got a
touch
couple
it.
holes in it.
Don't
Okay.
touch it.
Don't you dare.
He's a rat. He might need it.
I'm just gonna drag it out with me.
Okay.
You're a rat. You have to touch it. Oh no.
And the rest of you that are in the room are going to eventually see this rat kind of pulling a sock out from and under the bed. It's just a single
I'm gonna
sock.
look down. Forsyth, is that you?
Seeker, you get to
Wait.
heal him. I'm not touching him now.
I don't wanna.
Ew.
Okay, yeah, I see where I get the my intel, my deck, or my wisdom. I even get my charisma.
Is anyone hurt?
Yes.
Probably just the two that were wrapped up
I
by the blanket.
cast Goodberry. And how many hit points are you down?
8.
So I give you 8 berries. Is anybody else hurt?
Yeah, just me, but I'll cast good berries on for myself and.
Do you want these
I need
two?
'em.
I've got 2 left.
Well, you might keep that for later, because if I cast it,
All
I
right.
get 10, and I only need 8. So
Okay, I'll keep 2 good
actually, I
berries.
only need 6. So I only need
All
6.
right.
We'll have 6 left.
Yeah, between us, we have 6 left.
Evangeline, you continue your walk around the room. You do not find anything else magical.
Walk on by.
Walk on by.
I go over to the wardrobe and look in there. Was this thing guarding anything, or is there anything of value in there?
Don't touch the
No.
blankets.
Well, what did Mikra do this whole time? When the blanket tried to murder us, what was she doing?
Shamika?
Shamika was kind of standing by the door, just kind of in shock
mean,
and
it was
awe. The
all
whole
of,
thing lasted like 6 seconds. So,
Yeah. That was about 10 seconds.
okay, about 10 seconds.
10 more seconds for Seeker beating and get into the floorboards.
Now she's a little concerned about you, but
Actually,
as you continue to beat this blanket.
I probably would have gone over to her. Does she look like she's in shock or anything?
She does look shocked, yes. Like, she's never seen that before. She'll tell you as much.
I'll look at her. It's okay. We've handled things much worse than this before.
Seeker's going to do an insight on her because I don't believe that for a second. May I?
Much worse. Yeah, absolutely.
On Shamika or whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah, that is totally
That's a 19 on the die, so that's a 22.
nice. She's totally telling the truth.
Okay, damn it.
But yeah,
So
that's
the sock
something.
is mundane.
The
Yes.
sock is mundane. It's got some holes in it.
It's just filthy, and you're in it, and you're a rat, so it's worse.
Nah,
And you're loving every minute of it.
Bonus action change.
Okay.
It changes back, and he's still holding the sock, though.
In its teeth.
No. I left it on the ground. But I might sneak it into someone's pack.
Everybody turns and retches in unison.
Well, we've dealt with things worse than that blanket, but not anything like him.
Yeah, that's just gross.
Pix would go over while Kadeth is like talking to the girl. He'd go over and he's like trying to console her and pat her on the shoulder and tell her it's okay. Trying to play up just how heroic they were, though.
Okay.
And did you see how I
Got a boyfriend fix.
did you see? Shut up, Cross-Eye. Go play with your sock, okay? Go play with your sock.
Wait. No, this one goes for boyfriends, not people with boyfriends, not people who are married.
Oh, talking to ya.
And he'd be like, and did you see how I took charge and I commanded the situation and Keta to kill this thing? We were amazing. We were just amazing.
Seeker, I actually
What?
killed it.
I
Foresight.
want to investigate
Well, yeah.
these vials.
Sock? Oh, the vial.
Oh, I'm not interested in the sock.
Sheldon would be pissed at you guys right now.
All right. You investigate the vials. It looks like one vial has a little bit of liquid in the bottom of it, just very minute. The other 2 vials are dry. They're like bone dry. They've been used a while ago, from what you can gather. The other 3 vials, they still have liquid in them. One of them's kind of a brackish liquid. One of them is more of a blue-ish liquid. And the third one has more of a yellowish tint
There's
to
a
it.
lot
It's
of ish
almost
going on
clear.
here.
I know.
Obviously, these
Everything's
were
ish.
created by the Doctor-ish.
This is
Doctor-ish,
created by
and
the
he's got
Doctor-ish.
different color-ish.
Question. Out of character question. Just
Yes.
to make sure I got this right. The girl that Shanika hired, the witch doctor, that's what I'm going to call him, to poison who? Or somebody poisoned her.
To poison her dad.
Well, no,
According-
that too.
Right. According to the ledger, she
Mm-hmm.
paid Doctor-ish.
To
So
poison her
she-
dad.
You're assuming from that conversation, probably her father.
And then most likely her father paid him to poison her boyfriend. Most
No,
likely,
the
I'm just
boyfriend
saying.
paid for
No,
something.
the boyfriend paid to poison
Boyfriend
the,
paid
somebody.
to poison somebody.
It doesn't say?
It doesn't
was
say
on-
who.
No.
who
It
was
just
on the
says he
name- who
received
was on
this
the
much
list
money from
before
this
her?
person. Do what?
Who was on the list before her?
Cap.
I didn't tell anybody yet, but her boyfriend.
Okay.
Seeker has the list, so you are more than welcome to ask Seeker about it.
But I'm not sharing this information with her in the room, so.
That's fine. You said the two out of the two empty, one was bone dry, the other one just had a minute amount of liquid.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
I tell what
Sorry,
it looks
my
like?
apologies. From what's left, it looks like it might have been the yellowish liquid. The somewhat yellow. Almost clear with a yellow tint.
I will take the 3 vials and I will walk over to Shamika and ask her, which of these did you take to your father?
I took none to my father.
So the doctor, Minkle, took them. Or you're assuming.
I'm assuming.
If you save the vials, I can look at them in the morning.
I'm not going to get rid of them.
Okay.
Definitely
Can I
not
do a
gonna be
medicine
here.
check on the vials?
Sure.
Plus 5. That's an 18.
All right, 18 plus 5.
No, 18 is with the plus 5. I
Oh,
rolled
with
a
the
13.
plus 5. Okay. With an 18, you will see that
And one of them is urine.
one of them, almost like urine,
Yeah.
it
Not
will
mine.
it will cause, basically, to put it in today's terms, it will cause flu in essence.
Which one is
that's
that one?
the yellow one. The yellow one will cause a flu of sorts with vomiting and headaches and muscle aches and
Oh, not
things like
with,
that.
Not
Oh,
like
it's
with,
COVID in a bottle.
No,
Where
it's
not
flu
like
in a
with
bottle.
chimney flues.
The bluish one causes a dementia of sorts, or short-term memory loss, something of that nature, where the person who is affected loses track of their last 24 hours.
Ooh, that's a handy dandy.
The black one, or brackish one, it will knock a person out
For how long?
That's handy too.
for 1d6 days.
And those components are all in this room to make these? Or the
The
instructions are in here?
The components are not, but those papers, those parchments you looked through, has a lot of that information on there.
I mean the ones that I took.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, because I've got a high medicine. This might be of great use to this party later. Okay. So I asked the girl to leave the room, please. We have to discuss something.
Very well. She will. She'll say, I will leave you to it. She will hold out the key
Mhm.
and say,
I'll take it.
who?
Okay.
Okay, either one. Please lock up and let me know when you are finished.
We'll be down for our food in a few minutes.
Yeah, it won't take long.
Very well. And she'll
then-
walk out.
Once she walks out, I'll wait like a minute and then open the door to make sure she's not there.
Okay.
Is she?
Nope.
Okay. She is. I know she is. There's something off about that girl. But I will say I will
Just
go to the
because
far
Tried
side
to
of the
poison
room.
your father.
Yeah, but that's what makes me suspicious. So I go to the far side of the room and beckon everyone to come over, and I say in very hushed tones what is in the log, and if anybody wants to see them, like the fourth person, fifth person up, if it'll help our investigation. If anything sticks out, just let me know, please, because we're actively looking at it together. I'm
I'll
showing
take a-
everybody this.
Quick look, mostly seeing if I recognize any names.
As you're looking through here, you don't really recognize any names.
Looking at the. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Forsyth, how closely are you looking at it?
I'm gonna look pretty close. I'm very
It
curious.
animates and wraps you up in something. I'm just kidding.
Are you going to touch it?
No, not at this point. Not till
He's gonna have
tomorrow.
a touch phobia now.
Well, he has already seen you touch it and it hasn't animated, so he might be okay with this.
I already animate a lot, so. So yeah, I will
Alright.
get as close a look as I can without physically handling it.
All right.
Been there. Done
You will
that.
see. You will see a name by the name. You will see someone by the name of Brienne.
Okay.
On the
I'm sure
list.
that's in your backstory.
Yes, it is in your backstory.
Oh, is
It
it?
doesn't look
Okay.
I had to
he
look up the
remembers,
name.
but-
I know.
Uh,
It's your sister.
oh, that's the one. Yeah.
It does look like that she has paid for Dr. Ish's service.
Okay. Now the
And
question
this guy's not
Yeah.
necessarily from here, right?
No.
Not
He
from
just-
what you can gather. Matter of fact, from his clothing, you can see elements or outfits from the folded clothing that would put him like he's probably been to Thrice or to Key, or even Rarman. Elements of his clothing definitely kind of show a little bit more of mid to upper class steadfast. But elements of his clothing are also very unusual. You're probably figuring he's even been beyond the
World
beyond.
traveler.
So he
He's
knows
a
how
world
to
traveler.
dress for wherever he's going.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
why would he have anything to do with my entitled sister?
How do
Is
you
there-
think she got that way? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, she was that way long before.
Are there any variances in the like the amounts paid?
No, it's always been like 10 gold for his
That's
services. Yep.
Man, he's cheap.
This guy's a witch. Or a warlock.
She's a witch.
You remember the
Doctorish.
Needful Things by Stephen King? That's what this is. They give a little bit of money, but they give much more than they realize.
Yeah. That's what it takes out of you that counts.
Yes, the bargain.
Now, if he wasn't Dr. Ish, if he was just doctor, he could charge
Mhm.
more.
Better go to school, finish that degree. No, I'm just kidding.
He got a degree-ish.
Degree-ish. He has a degree-ish.
I'm so curious because who would my sister have an out for? I've
Maybe
been
that's
gone
why
too
you're the
long.
way you are.
Well, that's the reason I left home. She's
I mean,
the
I
reason
guess-
Because of
left
the way
home.
you are.
Would Forsyth have said that that's his sister? Would he have said that out
I
loud?
would have said that. I would have said that that's my sister.
How's your
That's
relationship
odd.
with your sister?
She's the reason I left home.
Interesting.
So
Think she
good,
paid to have
bad?
you dealt
She's an
with by the
entitled
doctors?
brat. So, I mean, my parents would do anything for her, but would she do anything to them? That I don't know.
Would
What'd
she
she
do
do?
anything to you?
Oh, absolutely. But she doesn't know where I am. And let's keep it that way.
Or does she?
Well, I'm hoping she doesn't.
Is there any notation of what the victim was given in the ledger?
Wait. Roll me. Investigation.
Can I assist you so that you roll with advantage if you say that to me?
I would ask. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll assist you. There you go.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Ooh, 19.
Ooh.
Roll with the punches.
You are recognizing the ends of the names. It's very faint. The ends of the names, like sometimes it'll end with like a little curly Q. Sometimes it'll end with like a little squiggle. Sometimes it'll end with it
Code.
underlining the name.
So there's a code there somewhere.
Too bad cryptography is not a skill anymore.
We need to
Looking
ask
through the
the
botany book,
maid what she. We need to ask the maid what she bought and compare that.
She
with
doesn't know.
yeah, she didn't know what he was given.
Oh,
Looking at the
But-
botany book and the notes and the margins and things like that, is there any indication of that pattern in any of those notes or any markings on the botany book?
There are no markings on the botany book. It's all just the printed book. There's
Oh, I
nothing
thought you said there
additional
was-
added.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
said there was notes in the margins. My bad.
No, it's just well worn. It's been opened and flipped and moved and
Gotcha.
all that good stuff. It's the binding is broken. But there's no notes on the margins.
I'd go to the back page of the book. Is it a blank page on the back?
It is a blank page on the back.
And then I would start making the notes of, curly Q, then who it was, and just a space for notes on it, and just trying to get as many different combinations as there might be, so we can
Well, we
try
can
to
quickly
figure it
get
out.
2 of them
But
fixed.
you said
We'll locate the father and the
Curly-
boyfriend, and
curly Q, squiggle, and underline.
Right.
that's what she said.
we'll locate the father and the boyfriend and see what sort of predicament they're in, and that'll take 2 out of the equation there.
There is that.
What is on the father and the boyfriend's?
Well, on her name,
Right, sorry.
it has the curly Q.
So I'm confused. In the book, if their name is in the book, that mean they hired him or they're the target?
Yes.
That's where I'm getting confused.
They're
They
the
hired
hiree.
Hired.
Okay.
They're the hiree.
All right.
Yeah.
And hers was a curly Q.
Most of them. There are some people in the book that he has actually paid. They don't
Suppliers,
have any
maybe?
squiggles or anything.
Suppliers or
Yeah.
people
Delivery.
who
People-
might be doing stuff for him that he can't
Delivering
do himself,
the
or doesn't want to do.
Conveyance,
Yep.
pouring in their drink, whatever.
Yeah. Roguish types.
Got some questions.
That's me, roguish-ish.
Okay.
You're roguish. You're not a rogue.
Curly Q on
The
Shamika.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write this down.
What about the boyfriend?
What about the boyfriend?
The boyfriend. The boyfriend has also a curly Q.
And the third one up, which was
Kevin.
who was the-
And
Kevin. Yeah. What's on Kevin?
Kevin, he has a squiggly line.
Damn it.
What about the sister?
Her sister's name is not in this book.
No, Forsyths.
Forsyth.
Yeah,
Oh, Forsyths.
Brienne,
It's underlined.
underlined. Ah, with her, it's probably a love potion.
Force somebody to love her.
Oh no, for her to love herself more.
I want it done to me.
I love me, but I don't think enough.
Or maybe she a potion to make her mom forget me.
So I'm gonna go and try to find Shanika, or whatever her name is.
Shmeek.
I was
Jimmy.
gonna say, if we're done up here, we can just go downstairs and get food. She's probably down there anyways.
Right, but I don't want to ask her what I'm going to ask her in front of everybody. So I'm going to ask her to come back to the room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Very well.
All right. She'll
I find her?
follow you back up there. Yeah. She's easy to find. She's milling about.
So why did you hire this man to exact revenge upon whom specifically?
My father, specifically.
father. And
Yes.
the terms of the ailment that would have been delivered to him were never discussed?
Yes. I specifically wanted him to forget.
Okay, that's great. Well, not that you wanted to forget. That's horrible. You're a horrible human being. But what I'm saying is that that helps us in our investigation.
Do you keep a
I'm
diary?
hungry. Is anyone hungry?
Yes, of course
Go
I
ahead,
keep a
sorry.
diary.
Always.
Food is downstairs. It's on your table. Stop calling me a horrible person.
Stop putting hexes on your father for money.
Or period. Not even for money. Just period.
Yes, just period, like he said. What the hell
If I
is
could
wrong
do it
with
for
you?
free.
I hope the gods absolve your soul, he says as he walks away.
But yes, I keep a diary. Why do you ask?
I don't want to read your diary, but can I inspect your diary?
What specifically did she want her father to forget? For 24
That she
hours?
hated her boyfriend.
Well, he caught us
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Run faster.
Okay.
yesterday afternoon. I don't need that memory to gum up all the other reasons he doesn't like him.
So he caught you yesterday afternoon, and then you came and talked to the doctorish, and then he disappeared.
The doctor disappeared at some point in the evening, yeah. At least I assume some point in the evening. He never came back here.
And has your father forgotten?
Well, he's not brought it up. I'm not going to ask him about it.
Yeah, I understand
Kind of
that,
defeats the purpose, right?
But if he hasn't brought it up,
You
then
know
maybe he
you
has
taught us.
forgotten.
Huh.
I
Can I
mean, I guess
expect-
it's possible.
Can I inspect that diary of yours?
I guess. You're not going to read it?
No. You're going to
She
read it
hates-
after I'm done inspecting it, but no.
I'm going to read. Okay. Okay. She's going to reach up kind of underneath her apron, and in her skirt, she's going to pull out a small book, probably about the size of your hand, you know.
He'll pull out like little like jeweler's lens and such, and he's gonna like take a look at the book, see if it's been altered, like if pages are missing or anything like that. Did the ledger
appear
have
to be.
dates?
Yeah. She would have dated it.
No, not her,
Did it
not
have
her,
pigs?
not her.
Oh, the ledger.
Yeah, the ledger.
Not so much as specific dates. There are like months, like you can see a month and then there'll be names, and then a month and then there'll be names. So he doesn't, there's no like actual like on
Okay.
July 23rd, July 24th kind of
Okay.
thing.
I'll hand it back and tell her to read back over the last couple weeks. or last week or two, to see if there's something that
Flips through.
jogs a memory that may have been removed.
It's like, no, it's all here.
Just having the boyfriend's name in there, wondering if he had hired the doctoress to make her forget something.
You're not telling that to her though,
No,
right?
no, no.
Nope, it's all there for her.
Okay.
Possible they both hired the doctor for the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Did you?
She wanted him to forget that he saw her, and he wanted her to forget that he saw them.
That would be funny. But no. No, it's all there for her. So you head downstairs, get some
Yep.
food.
Yep.
All right. Shamika will take care of you. Or no, you got me saying it. Shamika will take care of you. You see Shira. I want to say Shira so bad. It's not-
Man.
And her father, He-Man.
Yeah.
and her father,
The masters of the universe.
I remember a young son of mine who loved that show.
Don't know who you're talking about. Do we see Guy come out at all?
You will see the father come out a few times to take care of things, answer questions, call for one of his daughters.
If there's a moment where he's nearby, I'm gonna flag him down and see if he'll come over to the table for a moment.
He will step over. You see Shamik get a little nervous, but he will step over. He will say, "Is this all to your liking?"
Oh yes, the food is very good. I don't even know if the food is good, but I'm just gonna tell him that anyways.
We'll just go with it.
I had a question or two that you might be able to answer. First of all, do you know anything of this doctorish and his sudden disappearance?
I know not where he has gone, but Doctorish comes into town at least once a year. Several members of the town use his services for various things. And I have not seen him.
Have you ever used his services?
I have not. I have not need to.
Has Doctorish
This
ever
legend
it would
says
be-
otherwise.
Oh, he
personally?
didn't. We didn't see his name in there, right?
I'm kidding.
Well, you don't see Guy, that's for sure, but you know.
Did
We
the
just know
doctor
he's a
ever
victim.
come to see him
Victim's a victim.
personally recently?
Yeah. Has the doctor seen you at all? Like, has he talked to you?
He talked to me yesterday afternoon. Having drinks with him at the bar.
Ah, I see. And I hear your daughter has a boyfriend that she's pretty serious about.
Yeah. She's pretty serious about this Abisham. He's a worker over at the fields. I mean, he makes a living. But I don't know.
What can
Just
you
don't
tell
know
us
about him yet.
You don't
Well,
know anything about him?
What? It seems like you may not like him. Is there a reason for it, or just personality?
Or simply a station?
I don't know a whole lot about him to answer your question, Forsyth.
Okay.
I don't know a whole lot about him. He comes in, makes himself kind of scarish. another it. I want to know how many ishes I can put in here. He
12-ish.
keeps to himself.
Gonna eat some
Him
food.
and yeah, you're gonna eat some food. Ishly eat. He and Shamik will often whisper in the corner, and he doesn't talk to me much. To be fair, I probably intimidate him.
What is this guy? Is this guy human?
Yeah, he's human.
What does he look like? Does he look intimidating?
Oh yeah, he looks intimidating. He's like a bear of a man. He's grizzled man.
I'm not going to turn into a bear.
He's
But
rather
about it.
tall. I mean, not as tall as Kadeth quite, but he's 6 foot, broad shoulders, muscular, full bushy beard, hair pulled back in a leather strip. Often has a meat cleaver in his hand.
And do you know if this what was his name? I want to say Ashman, but
Close.
Abisham.
Abisham.
Abisham. Has this Abisham ever had any dealings with the Doctorish?
Not that I'm aware of. But then, people who come to deal with the doctor are often,
Probably pretty quiet about it.
yeah, they prefer not to be known for the most part. It's a little more effective that way, I think. But
As much as I may not agree with his methods or his business in general, I can understand that.
Is there anyone in town named Kevin?
Kevin. Oh, there is a Kevin out in, I think he runs the Sweden. Well, he doesn't run them, but he works there, the Sweden Orchard.
Oh, where the Doctorish was headed.
Sure.
Dun dun dun.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Please let me know, or feel free to ask one of my daughters. By the way, my name is Lestel.
Estel. You're not
I am
Gee?
I am not Guy. I inherited this bar from my father.
Ah. So it's a family
Lestel in the list.
family bar.
No, there was not a
Family
Lestel
tavern.
in the list.
Yeah, the only thing I inherited from my
Um,
father was a distrust of my sister.
Probably just as well.
While I was talking to him, did I get any sense that he had like he's lost the memory of whatever it was that he supposedly caught his daughter doing with the guy? Or does it seem like he knew about it, basically? Like, would have been disgusted by it kind of thing?
You don't pick up anything like that. You're welcome to roll
My
insight, but what's
passive
your
insight's
passive
13.
insight?
13.
Okay, yeah, no, you don't pick up anything like that.
Okay.
Like, totally oblivious to that. And when he's talking about the doctor, he doesn't seem to have any kind of disgust or anything. He's like, whatever helps keep the peace is kind of what runs in his head.
Right.
Less bar fights that way.
I have a feeling the doctor was successful.
Effective?
Okay.
Anyone want to go to an
I
apple
think that
orchard?
as well.
That's what I was thinking myself. Let's go get some
Yeah,
apples.
let's go pick some apples.
Maybe we can actually pay for them.
I don't think we need to go that far.
Why would we steal them? Oh, that was fair.
Have you met Forsyth?
Oh, I get it now.
Why
would
pay
we
for something
pay for
when you
them
can
if we
get it
can
for
take
free?
them?
Because sometimes people catch you taking them, and then they take your hands.
True.
Yeah, they gotta catch you first, but okay. If you
I mean,
say.
I've caught you
That's
multiple
known you.
times.
You've been caught 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, you've been caught multiple times just in the week that we've known each other.
Usually by me.
Yeah, but I usually have someone protecting me, so
Yeah,
they're not
usually
here.
me.
So apple
All right.
orchard.
Yep.
Apple
All
orchard.
right.
We'll head to the
You
orchard.
head to the orchard. All right. You head to the orchard. It's a good little distance out of town. I mean, it's a good 20-minute walk.
Oh, while we're walking there,
Yes.
before I forget, I will pull out my sending stone and send a message to Erwin. Basically, just I'm not sure how to word it because I know I've only got what 20 words or 30 words
25.
or 25 words.
25.
So,
Come on, give me a gesture.
all right,
Hello, my name is.
My name
like
is.
I can do it once, and then I have to wait till the next dawn.
Just tell me what you're gonna say.
Got abducted by gods, now sent on a quest far to the southeast in, and then whatever city it is.
Missing city, or the city of the missing. Sorry.
The city of the missing. Yeah, I'll say that.
All right.
Sounds like a good touristy place to go.
Durant? Or
The
Durant?
City of the missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I'll say that basically.
All right. You get. Erwin is the one that has the other side of the stone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You get response from Erwin. Mission from the gods. Do not take lightly.
We're on a mission from gods.
I love that movie.
May the queen be with you.
Blues Brothers, for those who don't know.
Yes.
All right, and I'll put the stone away then after that.
Okay.
After I get the reply.
Because you don't have to use all 25 words.
No,
Although
but
it's more fun sometimes when you do.
My favorite part of that movie is Mom's reaction to Keith turning around and asking her, "What is soil?" when they're getting out of
Soil?
prison.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
All right.
crazy one.
so
You head to the orchard.
Yep.
Traveling through an area of the town, it's the far east of the town. You see circular walkways. You're going to see a lot of dead end streets. It starts to become hilly out here. There are a few street entertainers just singing and doing their stuff. If you watch for a moment, you will see that's not so family friendly. Forever Street is the main thoroughfare as you're walking down that to get to the orchard. You will see upon posts these blue orbs. And now that you're looking at these posts, you realize you didn't notice any candles all of a sudden at the inn. It's like, but it was lit. Now that you're kind of recollecting, you realize that where candles would have been more of these blue orbs. And these blue orbs are lit, and even though the street itself is still lit by sunlight, these things are already lit up with light. Some of them, you will see large numbers of these blue orbs at times that are just set into walls in shapes and letters. Forever Street, it actually has the name on one of the walls. It says Forever Street outlined in these blue orbs. And you will see a few other like little eateries, cafes, a tiny theater, etc. as you walk through to the orchard. When you hit the orchard, you see that it is around the the northern and northeastern side of a larger lake. You will find that the lake's name is Yesterday. It's Yesterday's Lake. And
Is there any water in it?
There is water in it, and there's a little dock. You see a couple of people there fishing. It seems to be a popular place for fishing. There's definitely some on the southern and western side of the lake, some sprawling grass and nice hills and whatnot that definitely seem to be manicured for picnics or community events or things like that, where they can gather a park in essence. You head over to the orchard and you will see several people up picking with large poles some apples out of the orchard.
Okay. We'll approach them.
All right. The first man or woman, the first person you approach, first worker, they will say, hello, what can I do for you?
We're looking for Kevin.
Kevin is over there, and he will point about 3 rows of trees over, and a couple of trees up. He seems to be a little bit further on his row than the guy you approached. And where's my dice? There it is.
For now.
Right?
We're going to slow them down a little bit.
He's like, that's Kevin. I don't mean to pry, but I totally want to pry.
Then don't.
What
Don't
did he
pry.
do?
Wait. You said you don't mean to pry. Then don't.
But
And
I
he
want
turns
to.
and goes towards Kevin.
What do you think he did?
I don't know. He's a sprawly kid. He
Maybe
gets
it's
into
better
trouble
you
a
don't
lot.
know.
What has he done in the past?
Anything he can get his hands on.
Vix looks to Forsyth. I know that type of person.
Some of my best friends are that
Oh.
way.
And what was your name?
My name is
That
Greg.
guy. Greg. Oh my God.
Greg?
The next guy's going to be Mike and then Jim.
Obviously, the
Are you
employees
old,
at
Greg?
this orchard have much more common names than everybody else in town.
These are commoners.
These are
Commoners with common names. Very well, Greg. Thank you for your assistance.
Wait, if he's young, are you old, Greg?
I would not consider myself old, but I'm older than Kevin.
Okay.
That question will make sense later when I send you the link.
Okay.
Is there an adult nearby, like an adult? Because these are like young workers, right?
These are young workers, but they're not like 10. They're like 15, 16. I mean, they're not.
Right. But is there like an adult nearby?
You don't see one.
All right, so I'll find another person that's not so nosy. And I'll say, have you seen the doctorist around here today or yesterday?
Are you talking to
Doctor-ish.
Kevin?
Not
Or
yet.
are you just somebody
I'm
else
just
entirely?
Asking somebody else randomly on my way
All
to
right.
Kevin.
Okay. He will say that the doctorish, when he comes into town, he usually stays at the Geese Tavern.
Okay, but you didn't see him yesterday or today?
No, I haven't seen him.
Thank you. Your apples are lovely.
Were they here yesterday?
Thank you. Were they here yesterday? The apples? Yeah, they were here yesterday.
No, the
That's
doctor.
why we're picking them today.
Wow.
No, the person we're talking to. Were they actually here all day yesterday?
I don't
Kevin.
know. I didn't visit them.
No. The guy we're questioning, she's asking if he was here.
If Kevin was here. Was
No.
Kevin here yesterday?
No, the guy they're talking to.
We talked to Greg. We passed a no-name. Seeker started talking to him. I looked at him and said, were you here all day yesterday?
Oh, was I here yesterday?
Obviously not.
These people are a little slow. They work at an
No.
orchard.
Hey, you
Not
don't
to
have
say that
talk to
people that
trees.
work in orchards are not smart.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not
but it
sure
doesn't
the
take a lot of
doctorate didn't
intelligence.
visit that one.
Just not this one.
They couldn't get
I'm
out
just
of
trying
this
to
work.
cover if we have an audience at all. I don't want to alienate the apple workers.
Our apple pickers, or
We're
our
gonna have a lot
pecan
of-
pickers.
We're gonna have fans that are all Apple workers.
No, just this particular boy. Doesn't have a clue. What? No.
Okay, let's go talk to Kevin.
Yeah, that's where I'm on my way to.
All right.
Kevin.
As you guys are heading to Kevin, he has now begun to look your way. And he makes a
I
break
wait.
for it.
Makes a run.
Yep.
How far away is he?
About 40 feet, 50 feet.
Oh, wait.
Sleep.
I'll start
hold
running
on.
after him.
I cast sleep on it.
Ah!
I'm going to throw my boomerang.
I'm gonna cast
Okay.
Entangle.
I just start
Wow.
running after him instead of attacking
Kevin
him.
is so screwed.
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just putting him to sleep. Like, no.
I just want to trip him up.
You want to trip him up. I knew
Well,
where
that's
you
why.
were going.
That's why I did the Entangle.
All right.
Seeker's just watching all of you with like, it's wow. Kid. Okay.
Do I need to
Bam,
roll
bam,
the
bam.
5d8?
Go ahead and roll a 5d8. On the off chance you roll all ones, which I doubt.
Yeah, okay. It's Joe, so that's not happening.
It's gonna be so much that you put the rest of the workers to sleep.
Let's see.
Suddenly people fall out of apple trees.
Blame it on Kevin.
It's Kevin's fault. He shouldn't have ran.
All of
Never
those,
run.
26.
all those boys
Okay.
falling out of apple trees. It's raining men.
It's raining
So
men.
he's falling asleep. A boomerang hits him in the back of the knees, and he falls into the entangling grass.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much that's what happens. You have a sleeping Kevin wrapped in vines.
That are gently squeezing him.
And since I was running over there, I just suddenly stop and look back. What are you guys doing?
I
He
didn't
looked
do
tired.
anything.
He was
looked
working. He needed a
tired.
nap.
And I'll walk over and start cutting the vines away.
These crazy people threw stuff at him and, tried to kill him with
I
vines.
didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Fix goes, he's like this and pointing at Forsyth and eventually, these people.
Oh,
It wasn't my fault.
you people means inclusive. You people. All
All
of you.
you people.
Yes.
All y'all.
I'm gonna start
right, you have-
cutting the vines
You have a
away
sleeping
and,
Kevin.
and smack him to try and wake him up.
And you're going to smack him. You yell at me for putting him to sleep and you smack him. Kadeth,
To wake him up.
what
Not
if he was enjoying
not
his
to
sleep?
enjoy him or not to injure him, just to wake him up.
I just
Seeker's
wanted to
standing there,
knock him
arms
down.
folded, and just watching all of this and not saying a word.
All
I
right,
had
you
this,
smack him.
guys.
Hey.
Poor kid.
You feeling rested there, Kevin?
What?
Next time he won't run. Maybe.
He'll still run. They all.
I
run.
apologize for my
All wrong.
companions.
Ready for a
hasty
nap.
deeds.
I don't apologize for me. You look like you needed a nap. You're out here toiling away in the hot sun. You need a nap.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kevin,
Thank you for the nap.
See,
why did Kevin?
He has
Why did
manners.
you run?
A group of people coming my way.
How do you know we weren't here to give you money or something of that nature?
Because Kevin's
We
a
could-
bastard.
job.
we could have been from the
Yes.
publisher's clearing cottage.
I don't subscribe.
Every good summer they have a sweepstakes.
Maybe we were from the doctorish to offer you your refund.
The doctorish doesn't give refunds.
Somehow
I'm
I've-
guessing you asked.
When you came to
No.
see him.
What did you hire him for?
Kevin, you don't
The
want
heck
to
is
hide
that sound?
information from us.
I-
It really would not be fit the situation.
You know I hired him?
We do.
We do.
I hired him to
What's the
Hell
sound?
is that?
know what is going on.
That was not.
Sorry.
I'm hearing rah, 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 rah.
I don't know what Joe's hiding his face.
What is that, Joe?
What's going on at Joe's house?
Is your wife doing something weird?
I was just playing with
Or
the
your
dog.
roommate?
I was
dog?
Oh
playing
my
with the dog.
god.
If I didn't know better, she's watching Punch and Judy.
You're so embarrassed. Look how red Joe is. This is hilarious. Look at his face. All right.
No, that's hilarious. No,
So-
no embarrassment. I just find that hilarious.
Yes, Kevin. We know you were you hired the doctorish.
I hired the doctorish for really more for revenge
Against
On-
who?
Whom?
on
On Greg.
Greg.
Well, that begs the question: did you get your
On
revenge?
Rainier.
On who?
Rainier.
And what sort of revenge did you have in mind in his case?
Well, I wanted him to be sick.
I have
Do-
no
Now, more
idea.
importantly, how did you come up with 10 gold?
I redistributed funds, of course.
Oh, so you
Oh,
have
you
the
stole.
sticky handitis that some people has, and he puts a level stare at Foresight, and then back at Kevin.
My hands aren't
Um,
sticky; they're very soft. Not
It-
really.
Does it seem like he's telling the truth about all this? Or
Yeah.
like is he leaving anything out?
You know what
I mean,
that
there's
means?
probably a whole lot left out, but
Oh.
yeah, he's telling the truth. I mean,
When was the last time you saw the good doctor-ish?
the good doctorish was at the orchard last night.
Or not
Do
so
you know
good?
where he went?
He went with the man.
What man?
By the name of TikTok. Come on, Kevin.
Kevin, we're not going to let this go. Just spill it. You saw what they
Sherlin.
do to you when you run.
Yes. The people I travel with are a little crazy, so you might want to just talk.
Jerlin. He went with Jerlin. Took him,
Who is this Jerlin?
but you didn't hear
He
it from
obviously
me.
doesn't work at the orchard.
That's fine. We don't need to have heard it from you. But who is this Jerlin?
Jerlin is in charge of the underbelly. He's in charge of the
Thieves Guild.
Gurren's gang. Yeah,
Guren's gang?
Interesting.
Gurren's gang.
The gang's
So
named after
when
the
you
city.
say that he went with him, was it of his own will or against it? Against. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And where
Only,
do
only
you know
some
where to
stupid
find?
people cope willingly.
Do you know where to find this Gurren's gang or
Well,
this person?
yeah, if you go over to the Marchette, it is a bar. It's known for its drink. You should try the kiss there. It's pretty good. Uh, there's an entrance to their hideout lair, whatever you might want to call it. There at the Marchette.
Very well.
I really wish we had a rogue.
I'm gonna look at Kevin square in the face, make sure he's looking at right at me. Maybe you should handle problems in a more kind way next time. And then I'm gonna just turn around and walk away.
I'm
Like
gonna
casting
lean over.
entangle on them.
I'm gonna lean to Forsyth and say, you know what this means? Your sister wanted to knock somebody out for 1d6 days.
Yeah. Who though?
Something telling me it might be you. Yeah, it's
Why?
telling me it might be you.
Your parents.
All of the time.
All the
It could be Dad.
time. Well, I don't know about any of you, but I'm not keen on taking a gang on. Considering, and just hear me out, please. No consideration, negotiation, contract, or anything of any form, shape, or fashion has been offered for the safe return of said individual. Therefore, we would be doing this pro bono in the hopes of somebody giving us something in return. I
Well,
don't like that.
I have a
Questions I wanna
feeling
ask
we
him.
might be able to acquire more of a contract if we talk to the right people about
Well,
this.
there's the leader who we haven't spoken to yet, but with the damning evidence that we have, I'm sure they'll be inclined to help. So perhaps we should go there and see if they will lend coin or item or something for our
And
trouble.
maybe a few guards for backup.
Oh, hadn't even considered that. Yes. Shall we?
Yes. We'll head back to the town and find this
Magistrate
leader of
or
the city.
yeah, what did you call him?
I just
Was
called
it a
him the
magistrate?
leader.
The leader. Oh, okay.
Garin has a single leader. Mylian. I guess he's a councilman, actually.
Yeah.
Sounds like an
Well-
untrustworthy wretch.
We'll go find him. You think
Alright.
anyone in charge is untrustworthy?
Well,
He's not
my
wrong.
experience.
So,
Not all people who take the lead are untrustworthy.
Yeah, okay.
few and far
Prove that
between,
with the
though.
facts.
Have you ever known me to be untrustworthy?
I've tried to avoid knowing you at all.
Wow.
That's totally different, though.
So, I don't know that you make promises that I really don't ascribe to the thought of
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, we can hash that out over a dinner plate or breakfast or something, but now we should really go see this leader and see if there's anything in it for us in our efforts.
All right.
Right.
You head back
Yes,
into
sir.
town.
Yes, to go for the leader.
You hear a very audible sigh out of Kevin as you guys walk out of the orchard.
Like a
Stay
relief.
out of trouble.
A sigh of relief. Yes.
Okay. So that I
Oh.
stay true to my party. I turn around and I hit him with a Toll the Dead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. I know. I leave
Throw a
him
nice
alone.
knife.
Well, see, I'm just hoping that my imposing presence was enough to get him to realize he shouldn't do stuff like that.
My way.
I didn't
You had-
try to necessarily intimidate him, but
Can you try doing that on Forsyth? It might help us.
I
Doubt
don't
it.
think it'll work.
Yep, I
I've-
doubt that would work very
I've done
highly.
similar with Forsyth before. It hasn't helped yet.
That egg is rotten.
But boy, is it handy.
Yep.
All right. So you head into town. You go into the what is known as the clave. Yeah, the clave, which is the area of this town that is sectioned off by the rose bushes. As you walk in, you see that this, even though the town itself is not really dirty, even the edges of the town that you expected more of the scum, it wasn't really that dirty. But this part of town is actually much more immaculate. You do find
Maybe they have the same maid.
maybe. You will see as you walking through, you see two elderly gentlemen taking care of the rose bushes, ever so gently, doing a lot of talking between them two while they're looking at the rose bush more than actually handling the rose bushes. The stones, they are definitely old. Their wear and tear has been minimized by attentive hands. There are a few people that are actually maintaining these buildings, cleaning them up, pulling off vines that would corrupt the mortar between stones and things of that nature, making sure that the wood is nice and sanded down from any fungus or mildew or things like that. So they are well tended, even though they are old. You do pass by a small cemetery, and you reach an area that has a very nice house and meeting hall. This is where you would expect to see Mylian, the councilman that you were directed to. Not only does the nicer house kind of give it away, also two guards with red sashes stand at the door.
I'll approach one of the guards. Hello, sir. We're here to inquire about the possibility of some assistance in recovering a kidnapping victim who may be well known in this town, or is well known in this town.
Ask who that might be.
It's the doctorish Omash Minkle.
Interesting. We have not heard word of his absence.
It's pretty recent, but we have gained some insight into what may have happened.
Very well. Councilman Mylian would be most curious to know this.
I thought he
Follow.
might.
Is Councilman Leon on the list? The ledger?
You look it through the ledger, he's like way back there. He's like
Like a year ago or something.
at least
He's
a
on
year
it.
ago.
Couple years,
Yeah,
maybe.
he is on it.
Mhm. I knew it.
Figured. I mean, it seems like a lot of people in this town might be at some point.
At
I
some
I just
point.
keep thinking of needful things.
How
Well,
long
you
have
know,
you been in office?
they can't solve their own problems. They got to hire somebody like that to do it.
Yeah.
So they go. The guard will say, "Follow me," and he will lead you into the chamber hall. He will say, "If you please wait here, I will fetch, or I will announce your presence to Councilman Mylian."
Thank you.
The chamber hall is just several benches. It almost looks like a church, only instead of a pulpit up there, it's a long table where it does look like that there are actual council members that hold council here. So you can have a seat at the benches or whatever, and the guard will disappear out one of the doors.
Okay.
After about 10 minutes or so, the guard walks in with another gentleman who is dressed well. He walks in as well as he's dressed very well, and he has on some robes. He also has another person following him in who definitely looks like a tradesman from the town, and another one that just looks like maybe a farmer or whatever. Just one of the commoners is also in the town, or also coming in with the councilman. All three of them get up and they go to the table and they have a seat. And Councilman Mylian says, "So, my guards inform me that you are here in regards to Doctorish Minkle." I almost
Yes.
forgot his name.
Yes. My name is Kadath Stormbringer. Yes, we heard that this Doctorish Minkle was missing, and we began to inquire at the tavern he was staying at, the Geese Tavern, I believe it's called.
Yes, that is where he normally stays.
And through investigating looking through his belongings to see if we could find any clues, it led us to someone out at the orchard who actually saw him taken just yesterday.
I have not heard of his disappearance. Have you
was
looked
pretty
into this?
recent. We have not yet, because we're not sure the state of things in your fine town here, fine city. I don't know, is this a city or is it a town? It's probably more of a town, right?
Well, it's a city.
Small city.
There's a lot of things missing.
Yeah, but
Would
it's,
it meet the would it
it's
meet
nicely kept.
would it meet the
There's a lot of-
technical definition of a city?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
then I would say city.
on the smaller side.
And we, because of the nature of our work, we don't tend to do things usually for free, because traveling the countryside solving problems is not exactly cheap work, and we need to supply ourselves with food and other supplies as we go. So you can see where the dilemma could be in trying to do this without any sort of promise of payment.
So you would like to take on finding this man?
We would be willing to, yes, for a small fee.
How small are we talking?
Seeker's just shaking his head. Oh my god. He mimics digging out his own eye with a dagger.
The drama king.
Well, let's see. Would we have talked over this, like how much we want for this beforehand? I
Well,
didn't even think about that
we've
earlier.
never asked for pay. We don't have a
That's
name,
true.
so this is beautiful. Actually, I'm just role playing Seeker. I'm not being a jerk.
That's
to
fine.
you.
No. I'm just trying to think because I don't know that Kadath has ever asked for pay. I'm just
I
going
don't think
off
you
of.
have either. Yeah.
I don't think you have either.
I'm
That's
just
why it's
going off of
beautiful.
going for the best.
Well, I think that the Doctorish's return, as well as the secrets of his clients, is worth a significant amount.
Yes, and we do know quite a bit about who his clients are, and I'll give the this leader a knowing look.
I'm not talking because
I-
I have an 8 charisma. I should not be talking, so that's why I'm not saying anything.
He picks up what you're throwing down.
Very good, Fix. Very good.
And Fix is just kind of peeking out from beside Kadeth, like Kadeth is the one talking, and Fix is just kind of egging him on. I had this thought, Kadeth. Just maybe.
Maybe.
Whispering in his ear. Maybe.
You will see Melian turn to the other two that are there. They whisper very hushed. You can't quite hear them. You just, kind of sounds.
All of their names are on the list.
I bet you
And
they
then-
are.
Oh,
I bet
probably,
they are.
probably half the city.
Yeah.
Then Melian looks up and says, "We would be willing to pay you, your group, 200 gold for his safe return."
I think that would be
200
acceptable.
each. I think 200 each is fair, because thinking back to where we saw his name, what marking was on it?
Squiggly line or underline or what?
His was the curly Q.
Which is
So-
wanting somebody to forget.
Right.
Yeah,
I am sure that people would be astonished if people were having others just forget things all of a sudden. Imagine
Although-
if that information fell into the wrong hands.
although 200
Somebody's
gold,
sweating. Which one of them is sweating right now? Somebody's got to be.
although 200 gold each
Somebody
would
should be
certainly.
making
Perception.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Persuasion.
say, I'm gonna tell him 200 gold each would certainly make
17.
it easy for us to forget.
Nice.
Persuasion with advantage.
Yeah. One of you can roll with advantage, Fix or Kadeth, persuasion, because you guys are kind of talking
Mine's a
this
plus
out.
2.
I'm a +5.
You
Yeah.
go for it.
You can roll with advantage, Fix, because the two of you are hammering hard.
Well, that advantage is nice, seeing as the first roll was a 3. And then the second,
Second
one
one was
was
a
18.
20.
No, an
Okay.
18. 23. For a total of
23.
23.
Got it.
Yeah.
23. Great. As far as sweating, Melian is sweating. And the merchant that walked in with him is sweating a bit.
And as part of the
Um,
persuasion, Fix would look to the others and be like, "Have you ever had a moment, or just where a whole day just disappeared from you? I hate when that happens, don't you?"
I haven't had that, but I imagine it would be incredibly disconcerting.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
fucking
almost-
the Fix.
I would almost think it would make me sick.
Yeah. Yeah. So sick that I couldn't get out of bed for days.
Yeah,
they you will see them kind of whisper and chat between each other again.
We're gonna get
Yeah,
murdered when we go to the
you're-
end tonight.
Your persuasion outweighed my resolve there. They look at you and say, How about 100 each?
I'll look to the
150.
others first.
That's my final offer. Like
Hold
the bare
on.
minimum.
Wait,
150.
Hold, Fix, give me a sec.
Oh, sorry.
Right before you say something, I kind of tap you on the shoulder. I'm not going to say anything, but I tap Fix on the shoulder. What you do with that is up to you. I just wanted to say it before you said anything.
He looks over and he's like, he gets closer, and essentially mimics what they're doing to communicate. They'll, just quietly whisper, "What's up? Hey, yeah, what?"
I think 100 is good, but if you really want to push it, these guys are. I'm sorry, I'm not talking the right voice. I think 100 gold is good, but if you really want to give it to them for the pieces of shit of human beings and elves that they are, go for it.
Oh, I agree. That would be he starts speaking up louder. Yeah, that would be a. Let's not let that out. We don't want people to know about these people that hire somebody to do such things. And
no, heinous it is.
it'd be sad if such a list got out and into the wild. Imagine
Published in all of the papers. Oh my
Right.
God, can you imagine?
And he looks back at him. Yeah, I think that our 150, considering all the stress and the turmoil that we'll have to go through, 150 is kind of what we're
I'm
thinking.
gonna look up at all the council people.
They're sweating it. They're sweating it.
We're going to be murdered in our sleep tonight at the end.
They're like, fine, 150 each, but he needs to be safe and very
We
much
will not
alive.
do him harm. We will not do him any
We
harm.
will not harm him.
What the gang does, before we get there, I cannot say.
The gang.
Oh yes,
A gang
I
of
did not
people.
say. The person that took him was, and I forget the name,
The ringleader himself.
Jerlin.
The
Gerlin of
Gorin gang.
your local Gorin gang.
Well, now that could be a problem.
Yes.
No,
I
you've
thought-
paid us. It won't be a problem. We'll take care of it. You could lend some guards, though, maybe, right?
I could, but that would just project.
Your involvement. We understand.
Then people might get the wrong impression that
You're
you
trying to
wanted to
hide
protect
something.
yourself.
Not if they did it with covert guards. Every city has those.
This is a small city.
Every city, village,
It's missing a
hamlet,
lot of things.
town, everything has everyone. They all do.
Wait a minute. Is the city missing things, or things missing from around that are now in the city?
Just things seem to be missing. Like the main statue is missing its head and its name. Like just things missing.
Dawned on me that I'm not sure I
Just
knew
say-
exactly which side that was on.
Is Fix gonna ask about the
Everywhere.
statue?
Oh, not yet.
That's
Eventually.
totally up to Fix.
But we are
He will.
just trying
I
to
was
call
gonna say-
attention to the time.
Right. He will lean forward and he will say, I will have Farron. No, not Farron. That's too close to Faerun. I will have Fallon
We'll have
meet
George.
you. Fallon meet you, not George. I will have Fallon meet you at
Jimmy.
the Marchette.
Very well.
That's great, because now we can get to the roots of the problem.
And that is where we're going to call it tonight with 2 minutes to spare.
Nobody knows Jimmy Fallon. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I know
he
I'm
said it.
feeling me, Fallon.
Jimmy,
Yeah, I also know a gal named Fallon
Fallon.
Sherrock.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, with the
I
roots.
don't know her. She's Fallon Sherrock is a professional dart player.
Nah, cool.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Competing against the men, she's very good.
Nice.
Well, congratulations on session 3. I don't know if anybody watched it. Can you
Session-
tell, Joe, if
there
anybody
was-
watched?
It
There's
said we had one
between-
viewer.
Yeah, there was
Oh, was
between
me.
1 and 3 viewers throughout
One of
the
them
night.
was me.
So, and yeah, I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, if there is
Thank you,
anybody,
viewers.
You stop it.
Yeah. Not yet. I just wanted to
Oh.
give us a chance to do an exit or an extra, whatever the word is. If we wanted,
Gracious
but
exit.
yeah. Yeah. If anyone's watching, thanks.
See you next taco night.
Yeah.
Yes.
See you
Well,
next Tuesday.
see you next Tuesday.
Oh
Hey.
wow.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, no, that can't be the way we close. That's bad.
Only if we get to eat tacos.
Well, good night, everybody. Take care. Thank you so much, Jody. Good night.
Yeah,
Night.
absolutely.